Hello. Yeah. And we'll just soft skills. We have actually, after coming into college, we must have seen that, soft skills. We talk a lot about soft skills, your placement officers, your staffs, and so many other people must have talked a lot about soft skills and, what is this soft skills and why it is necessary, particularly in, in a job going situations and for your career. So we'll start with that. And so soft skills, what are soft skills? Soft skills are actually basically a combination of skills which are people skills, which defines you, what kind of a person you are, what kind of a personality you are, and what are your strengths and weakness. So about soft skills, it is that only. So it is very important to learn soft skills, because in order to be a part of something, you must have certain skills. Like, you can be alone and you can do many things also, but in order to be a part of an organization or to work with people or to grow personally itself, you have to have these soft skills. So soft skills are basically, there are this combination of skill sets are leadership skills, adaptability, your communication skills, event management, and decision making, negotiation. There are actually a lot of soft skills, and according to that only, we'll proceed with the sessions. And in the upcoming sessions also, we'll see how, the training part of the soft skills, we'll get into that later. And can it be learned? Can soft skills be learned? When something is termed as skill, it means that it can be learned and acquired. If for example, if you have a talent, if you have a talent to sing very beautifully, and that can be learned and practiced and developed, but that is your natural innate talent. But skill is something which can be acquired even if you don't know. It can be learned consciously and practiced consciously, and it can be learned. So why are companies looking for people with good soft skills? you know uh, because they don't know anything about you. But for the first reason, they don't know who you are as a person. They don't know they don't know what are your strengths and weaknesses. Your resume doesn't speak for you as a, it does speak for you, just to get an entry ticket for you in the interview. But after that, what speaks for you is your soft skills. For that, companies actually seek, they need to actually know you as a person, without you telling them. So soft skills are actually these hidden qualities which show what kind of a person you are. And soft skills, and there's actually two set of skills which are very important for life. So one is soft skills and the other one is life skills. So actually both will help you. You can actually even Google set of life skills, defined by who. If you have that 10 life skills means, there is a very good probability that you will have a chance at a bigger growth opportunity in your personal life and in your career. So please do look into that, and we'll get into that in the coming sessions. So leadership, when I talk, this is one of my favorite topics. And leadership, I can go on and on and on about leadership. But the biggest misconception about leadership is that people think, if you are coming in front of a group of people, and if you tell them to do certain things, or order them, or command them, or get the work done, the basic term which people use is, leader is someone who gets the work done. But actually, it is a very big misconception regarding leadership, because leadership is something that it doesn't, it actually doesn't, you need not go in front of people and show or raise your voice and command people to be a good leader. That I guess is a manager's work. Manager's role is different and a leader's role is different. But a leader is someone who actually listens to people, who creates more leaders like him or her. And a leader is someone who sees the good in people, and brings them out of their comfort zone, gives them courage to do whatever they want to do. That kind of a person is only called a leader. So ABCs of leadership. What are the ABCs of leadership? for a person to become a good leader, the leader must actually be accountable and responsible. So accountable to himself first, and then accountable to other people. So let's say you're managing a group of people, and you are given a particular task or something like that. Or there is a problem. So how will you handle that particular problem? In that particular situation only the leadership quality comes in place. So you have to be accountable to yourself. You have to be true and honest first to yourself. Have you done what needs to be done? And can people be can be you are you responsible not only for not only to complete the particular task, but are you taking the responsibility for the losses? Are you taking the responsibility for whatever has happened? So that is one of the most important qualities. Then bravery, not as in coming not to wear a very good knight shining armor, not that kind of a bravery, but the bravery and courage to stand up to or voice out your opinions, and whatever you're thinking. If something is wrong, you tell it out. And if even in a crowd, if one person is belittling the other, you must have the courage to handle that. You must have the bravery to handle that situation politely. So bravery in that sense. And the third most important skill which a leader can have is communication. So communication, as people think that communication is only about talking. It is not actually. It is about listening. So communication is very important because a leader has to listen to whatever everybody says, and then communicate whatever he's saying properly. And that makes a good leader, according to me. And leadership is actually not a title. People think that if you're a manager, or if you're a let's say if you're a minister, or if you're even a, in school days we used to say class leader. But leadership is actually not a title. You need not have a title. If you have that leadership quality, you will not sit and wait for everybody to give you a title saying that you are a leader. It is a behavior. People naturally tend to be attracted to you. People naturally tend to listen to what you say. If you have those qualities, it means that you have leadership skills, and this skill also can be learned and developed and mastered. So let's come to communication skills. So communication, when people talk about communication, we generally talk about English language, or particular language. Like you should be fluent in communication. You should make the other person understand. Of course you should make the other person understand, but the important thing about communication is, whatever you're trying to say, the other person must be able to understand. The other person must be able to comprehend what you're saying. So if you have done that successfully by any means, even without using your words, it means that you are a good communicator. You are strong in communication. So that we often tend to concentrate more on, especially students and in colleges, we tend to concentrate more on grammar and English, and it is important. Of course it is important. You need to know all that. But as such, the important thing is to not it is not to say anything fancy. The important thing is to deliver the information properly, and to see what kind of a crowd you're talking to. And according to that, for example, if I sit in if I'm a Tamilian, and if I go to Malayalam, some community function, and they talk in Malayalam, I can't understand, right? And similarly, if they come over here and I talk in Tamil or Tamil, they might not understand. So the common thing which the crowd, kind of a crowd am I talking to? If I'm talking to a group of professionals, how should I talk? And if I'm talking to a group of students, how should I talk? That makes the difference. That makes you a good communicator. So I think it is very important to to deliver the message better. So that is most important. So why is communication important? So as I said, it is very important that when you go into jobs, or uh, in the career aspect, why is communication so important? It is important because we have been in a very informal environment right from our childhood till college. So after that, when we get into a an organization or corporate or any organization, as a matter of fact, we'll have to deal with a lot of people, from different backgrounds of life with different experiences, and they might have they might be in different positions. So how to address them, how to how to talk to them, that is very important. We might be talking to our friends, we might be talking to our classmates, and we might be talking to our family. But when it comes to a particular organization, it is important that you know how to talk, verbally, verbally, both, because there you have gone there for your job. So that is important, that you keep in mind that communication skills are important in that particular this. So types of communication are both non-verbal and non-verbal. Non-verbal communication is as much as important as verbal communication. For example, if you're sitting for an interview, and if the HR, or if the interviewer, if you go and go into the room, and if you slouch and sit, it tells that you are lazy, and you are not interested. And if you're laid back and your legs up and all, it shows your body language speaks more. When a person comes to you, right, when a person, for example, if you're standing in a college dorm room, or in your hallway, if the moment you decide whether to talk to the other person or not is the moment you see them. If that particular person is coming to you with a pleasant smile, and if they are if they are telling that if they are if they are very pleasant to you, and if they are very if they are very hospitable, you'll want to talk to them. But on the other hand, if that person who's coming to you, and who wants to talk to is very rude, or you don't feel comfortable talking to them, you won't talk to them, right? So that is how important non-verbal communication is. The impression which the other person creates in your mind is very important. For example, if I started this session with in a very upset manner, or in a very angry manner, or if I was very fast, and you wouldn't like what I'm saying, right? So that is very important to create the first best impression. That is why in placement trainings and all, we see a lot about in group discussions and all, how to sit itself. We actually that we tend to tell how to sit, and don't fidget much, and all these small things actually they are messengers of what you're thinking, and what kind of person are you. And the next one is actually pretty important. So in order to have a strong communication skills, you should have actually if someone could answer, it would be better, but I don't think that is possible now. But So in order to have good communication skills, you should have good listening skills first. uh, as I said earlier, all these soft skills are interlinked. If you have one, the other will automatically come to you. If you have good listening skills, you have the ability to listen what the other person is saying, and replicate. For language, to learn a language, you should actually listen more. In order to learn, let's say if you want to learn English as a language, people must have said people must have asked you to read, and learn the meaning of the words. But after college, it is very you can't sit and learn English as a language, like we used to do in second standard. What I would suggest is listen to more of English. Listen to more of it. Think in English, and it'll automatically come to you in a very stronger the skill will get much more enhanced if you do that. So listening skills is one of the most important skills to develop communication skills. The next one is adaptability, listening, and interpersonal skills. So adaptability, because as I said, you'll be going into a new environment, and you'll be no particular HR or the organization doesn't want you to be pro in your technical skills. They might want you to know the basics at least, but after that they know that they'll provide a particular training, and you can sharpen your skills later on also. But the adaptability is very much important, because you'll be going into a new environment, and people might be teaching you different skills, and you'll be put into different teams. Not you'll not be in the same team for a long time. In order to grow also, for your career growth also, you need to have a perspective where you can adapt to that particular situation. And for example, this current scenario in COVID times also, it was very difficult when we used to when I was at my internship that time. So we used to actually go to the office, and I had to collect a lot of data. But when COVID started, that mode actually changed. You can't go and see the other person face to face, so you had to actually adapt of sitting in front of a laptop and using all this. You're learning to use all the platforms is very important. This is a very small thing, but it shows that you can adapt easily to another situation. And people like that are actually thriving now. And listening, as I said, we actually saw about this, that both for leadership and communication, listening skills is very important. And not only listening, you actually have to observe a lot of things which are underlying. And interpersonal skills, because as I said, we must have been tuned to be in an informal situation. And when it comes to a very formal or professional organization, it is very important that you learn to actually gel with people in a very different manner. To learn to be a team player is very important. In interpersonal skills means having the ability to go and talk to people in a very, like, understanding them, and maintaining a good rapport with them. Or if, for example, if you are actually talking to a very new person, and not just saying hi bye and just getting off that, but going and talking to them and maintaining a rapport, it helps you build a very good relationship in your organization. The next one is also very important, and one of my favorites, because uh, people tend to think that having IQ and is more important, but EQ is as important as IQ, and I guess it is actually more important. And this is something called as social and emotional intelligence. So EQ is actually emotional quotient. So social and what is social and emotional intelligence? The social and emotional intelligence is nothing but you should be able to recognize what you are feeling and what the other person is feeling, and respond, not only understanding what you and the other person are feeling, but respond accordingly. So that is the main thing in social and emotional intelligence. It is very important, because it shows how you handle stress. It shows how you handle conflicts. It shows how, if in a very stressful situation, and if you're given a lot of tasks, and even if you're not able to do your job, it sometimes, you can't always be a player A always. But if in sometimes, if even if you're not able to do your job, how are you handling that? That is very important. And how are you, handling that with the other teammates and managers? So it shows it shows actually your strength. I guess among all, this is a very biggest strength. And even this can be adapted by knowing three things basically. But there is a lot to this, and we'll see it later. So we'll talk about self awareness first. In order to have a good emotional quotient, you should be aware of yourself. Not only aware, but know what you're feeling, knowing what your thoughts are and how it is influencing you and impacting you to do your daily work. That is the most important thing. You might have a lot going on, but at the same time, if you are aware of if you are compartmentalizing things, that okay, you should give your attention to this particular thing. Okay, you should not get emotional at this situation, you should handle this situation in a better manner. That awareness can lead you places, I'm telling you. And the next one is reaction versus response. uh, if you're facing conflict at your workplace, and you also tend to raise on in that conflict, it shows that it actually shows a very negative side of you. But if you handle that situation in a very calm and a very logical manner, it shows that you can handle even much bigger things than this. So it is very very important to actually learn to respond and not react. Think before you speak. From childhood, we have been taught by our parents and grandparents that you should think before you speak. But that is what response is. You should actually stop and pause for a second and know what you're about to say. And comprehension is very important at this particular place. What kind of a situation are you dealing with? Are you comprehending it well? Or what the other person is saying, are you understanding it well? And according to that, you responding. So that is important. And empathy, I can't talk I can't say how important this is, because having empathy and putting yourself in, as the famous phrase says, putting yourself self in others shoes. So empathy means to actually basically understand and understand what the other person is going through, and reacting according to that. That is empathy, and it is one of the strongest skill which can be learned. You just have to not see things from your perspective but from theirs also. And this has helped me a lot. And empathy, just analyze, after talking about all these things, the next sir will cover, obviously. And the the skills which I spoke, you have to after this, what you have to do is you have to actually sit and analyze how strong are you in all these, or how how what you should do to develop. We'll actually talk more about what you should do to develop in the upcoming sessions. And the social and emotional intelligence is actually very important, and this will come. This might seem that you have to put a lot of mental work into it. No, it is actually not like that. But you actually, the first step, if you follow these three steps, you can see changes, a lot of changes. And you have to actually, the next step is to sit and analyze where you stand in all for companies and all. We do this something called a SWOT analysis, right? So do a SWOT analysis for yourself. Do what, learn, and sit in a very quiet place, and learn more about yourself. Write your strengths and weaknesses and what you should do to develop them. There is a lot of help, get help. And after this, actually, before finishing, I also want to touch upon one more characteristic, actually. We talk about introverts and extroverts, right? So these skills we actually see more on, like extroverts are this, that, and all, we'll say. But it is actually not like that. We have been in a system where where a lot of importance, I guess importance is the wrong word, but we tend to think that extroverts can do this and introverts can't. But no, it is actually not like that. It is just that Simon Sinek, he is also a very good he has written a book called The Why. For everything, for all these things I told, why it is important, why it is important, because you have to know why it is important, right? And he says that introverts and extroverts are, the only difference between them is extroverts actually gain energy from a social interaction, and introverts lose energy from the social interaction. And it is actually okay, and there is nothing wrong with it. You should not think that I am an introvert or I am an ambivert, so this is me, they'll not talk to me. No, it is not like that. actually first know and accept yourself for that. And there are actually many good great leaders who are introverts, and there are many introverts who are very emotionally intelligent, and they have a good communication skills and command over what who they are. So it is very important and recognize that first and act accordingly. Never ever feel that you can't do a certain thing. So I guess I'll stop this over here, and communication part Sir will cover. And I'm actually ready now to take questions. Hello, Sukita, can you hear me?
Yes, Archana, thank you. It was a great session, and you covered all the soft skills that is needed for the life. At the personal front, I have a question. Like you talked about emotional intelligence. It's really, really hard when we are working in a pressurized environment in the work and to handle these emotions without reacting or overreacting. I think it's a great thing we have to learn. So, can you give some tips on that?
Okay. Actually, these days what happens is I have been watching my sister also go through, these things, because she has been working from home for almost 6-7 months now, and the workload is actually more when she started working from home. And I see that these days people tend to wear burnout as a badge of honor. And I think it is actually very wrong. It is actually not right. When you tend to burn, I think the first thing is to actually you have 24 hours in a day, and in those 24 hours certain number of hours you work, certain number certain number you have to do the other personal things and all, and a certain number of hours you tend you spend to tend to others in your family and all. So according to me, you have to stop wearing burnout as your badge, and you have to start relaxing and replenishing yourself first. In those 24 hours, how much time are you spending for yourself? Doing this, it'll actually give you a much more clear perspective to work the next day. And I think that is one thing which you could do, spending not too much of time, but at least spending some time for your workout and all. And giving a stressful situation, as I told, you have to learn to compartmentalize. That is, if you are given a lot of tasks and to complete before a certain deadline, I think the most important, it is called as actually there is something called as 4 box rule. So in this 4 box rule, you have to compartmentalize. The first thing is actually trash. The things which are actually not necessary, but you're doing it thinking it is necessary. If you actually sit and analyze your work ethic, and your how you are as a person, I think all these things actually come into place. We actually tend to think we don't have a lot of time, but we actually have a lot of time. At least 55 hours hours in a week we actually spend it without doing anything. That is how much time we have. And if you compartmentalize from this 4 box thing, the first thing is actually trash, not doing unnecessary things, and that you have to identify and write it down. And the next one is prioritizing, which has to be down, which has to be done now, and which has to be done later. And the last one is the most important from all of these, for you personally, which is most important. If you follow this 4 box method, I think that can be minimized. And I hope I have answered your question, and I guess there are a few more questions in the chat box also.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I'll try to work on it. Okay, we have a question from Alicia. She's asking how to develop or increase communication skills.
Okay. Actually, as I said, in order to communication skills, pay attention to both your verbal and non-verbal skills. And if you're asking particularly how to develop as a language, if for example, are you asking for how to develop talking more in English, Alicia?
I hope yes,
uh,
contests
uh,
include all,
okay,
yeah, the
okay.
interaction and discussion.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think the one of the very very good, see, I will actually not touch upon English right now. Say you're going to a new city, and you're currently in oh, okay. Oh, John sir is there. Okay. So if you're currently in Chennai, and if you're going to, if you're transferred to Mumbai, let's say, and if how will you learn that particular language, in a new city, right? But you have got your dream job over there, and uh, you know you have you have worked for a long time to get that dream job, and here language is a very big barrier, right? So I think the most important and the most easiest way to learn a language is practice it daily from the locals who speak it, and listening more of it and understanding what it means. These three things are very much important. The grammar and other things come later. You can eventually learn that. But the most important thing is actually, when you start listening to a lot of English, listen to a lot of podcasts, listen to a lot of I actually train my juniors like that. I At the end of one situation was like that, one particular student, he was very fluent enough to sing a whole English song. Even in our training sessions, which which were conducted for us, English songs were played to see how our listening skills are and how much we understand that. So it is very important to listen. Start slow. Don't and don't imitate anything. Don't imitate accent. Don't imitate a particular don't imitate a particular style of accent, or don't imitate another person. Be natural. Learn, and learning a language is a daily affair. You can only say you can only say that you can do these things, but unless and until if you do those, you will not be able to learn it. It is very important to listen to more of English. And one more thing which I think is, you should actually before sleeping, or when you're delivering a talk, don't try to think in Tamil and translate it in English. That is actually very wrong. You should actually think in English, and then try to think in English. The best way to do it, one of our trainers gave this tip, and it was very useful for our students. And it was that before sleeping, whatever you did the whole day, you think in English. When you start doing that, the language will come very natural to you. So I hope that was useful, Alicia.
Yes, Achana, we have a good number of questions coming in. Another question from
Mhm.
Aarti. It's, ma'am, is leadership quality much needed or wanted for the fresher to join in the organization?
Hi, Aarti, and good question. But I think leadership is actually quality for life. Be it whether you're joining in an organization or not. It is, being a fresher, they'll actually judge your leadership skills also. So it is actually very important to learn, to be a leader. And as I said, you don't have to go in front of a lot of people and order and come, and that is actually not leadership at all. So you have to, the leadership quality actually, for some people it comes very naturally, and some learn. I have seen people learn leadership qualities. In my class itself, there were people, there were there was one girl, when she was very silent the first year. And the second year she wanted to do so many things, but she was afraid to tell out and the problems which we were facing. And the final semester which we were together, what she did, she wrote down all the problems which we were facing. And we had a meeting with among our classmates, and we went to the director and we spoke, and the problem was solved. It is not important. The ideology of a leader is which people portray is actually very different. And it is important that you learn leadership quality if you're a fresher, or in a very much experienced position. So I think it is very important that you learn leadership quality. Even a small kid has a lot of leadership qualities, and I admire that a lot. So please do concentrate on that.
Thank you. Going to the next question: how to avoid panic if situation is getting worse? She has quoted an example. If she was in charge of an session and her connectivity lost during the session, how to avoid panic if situation getting worse? From Shwati.
Okay. Hi, Shwati. A nice question, because I was actually also I attend a lot of meetings now, and it has happened a lot with me also. But in that particular situation, you actually need not panic, because it was not your mistake, and it is something very external, right? And don't panic if the connectivity is lost. How to avoid, if you're asking, means you actually have, it is very internal first. You have to address, don't when you're panicky, actually first address that you're that you're stressed. And after that, talk to yourself that it is okay. It is very there is actually a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, and it is a very beautiful book. Please do read it. And in this particular how to avoid panic situation, I can't say that you will be able to avoid any situation like this. A lot of hurdles will come, but the important thing which at that particular time which you can do is address that you're going through something, and talk to yourself, and convert that negative into positive. First, every time I get on stage, I used to have this churning feeling in my stomach, that nervousness, sometimes it never goes away for me. But how I learned to manage it was, when that feeling came, and I stopped thinking that you should not, that is not nervousness. I started thinking that as excitement. Because I like to talk very much on stage. I am an introvert, but as I learned that I'm an introvert very recently. But I like to talk on stage, and I like to talk to people individually and all. So I actually turning that particular negative feeling into a positive is very important. I hope that was useful.
Thank you, Archana. To the next question from Kumar Jyoti Narayanan. What are the negativity for being an introvert?
I don't think there is any negativity being an introvert. There are certain characteristics, certain characteristics that As I said, I actually listened to this audio very recently from Simon Sinek, and he says that as I said earlier, extroverts tend to actually gain energy. That energy is actually very important. I also, like to talk to people, but at the same time, I like my space. I like, some me time. I like my space where I'm alone and where I'm able to reflect and, work alone. But it is a very wrong thing to say that introverts have some negative characteristics. It is not like that at all. There are, we tend to be socially awkward, but it is okay. At initially, when you're coming out of your comfort zone, it is I'm talking to a lot of new people, and of course it is very difficult coming out from your comfort zone. But know your why. If the reason you're asking for negativity for an introvert, you must have felt something, right? Know why you have actually felt that. And I don't think that there is any negativity being an introvert or an extrovert. There are just particular characteristics, and first you have to accept that, and then you have to work on it. So I hope that was useful, and I hope I answered your question right.
Fine. Yes. The next question from Devbrat Arya. I think the fluent can answer that well.
Mhm.
Language skills.
Language skills. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, language
Uh,
skills. Hello. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So language. Yeah. Should I continue?
Yes, yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
Okay.
We can quickly go through the.
Mm-hmm. So learning see, as I said, learning a language is a daily affair. You should have to put the effort. I people can only say that you can do so many things for you can do this and that to develop your language, but unless and until don't learn languages from book. I don't think it will be very useful, but learn languages by talking to people. See, there is actually one question from somebody asking how to in China people can't learn English, and how do you communicate with them. There are actually a lot of apps which actually translate into that particular language, and like that you can learn. I am currently learning Spanish, so it is very important that you learn from people there. That experience will actually the learning curve will be much faster, and you have to learn the basic. For example, English, people say that in order to talk in very good English you have to know 60 words, the basic 60 words, and you can master English. It is very important that you learn the basics, and start from don't go and learn something very complicated. Start from the basics, like the basic communication. How you communicate is very important. And if you think that the other person and you are not, you don't share a similar language, there are apps for that. I think like from that you can use it to converse with them. And during that conversation itself you can learn a language.
Thank you, Achna.
Yeah.
Next question we have from Faisal.
Mhm.
A person has a skill, but hesitation comes barrier. How to overcome the
Mhm. Okay. So hi, Faisal. Thank you for the question. And see, you are hesitating. Why? Why are you hesitating? Is the first most important thing. If you are scared that people might think something about something about you, then I think that you don't have to be hesitated. People will have hundreds of opinions, no matter what you do or you don't. It is very important that you as a person know you have skills, right? That you have certain skills. Be confident about it. Confidence is there is something called as relaxed confidence. Not going on boasting about it, but you have the skills, and you're very very confident that you have that skill, and you can contribute to something that is needed, right? Don't I think the biggest hesitation comes from people thinking about what other people might think. What what if it or what if this goes wrong. I think basically that is where the hesitation comes. And the first thing you have to know is never ever think about what other people think. That is the biggest setback any person could have. And people will think no matter what. I just want you to I just want you to feel confident about your skill and go on with it. Just take 15 seconds of courage, man. uh, uh, just because before you're about to do something, just take a deep breath, think of something very feisty, and go on about it. Don't think I guess the most two reasons are one is people's opinion, and what if this goes wrong. I think only that too. You have to be confident about your skill, and don't mind about other people's opinion. You just have to be sure of it and go ahead with it.
That's great. And next question from Mr. Devendra. I'm newly promoted as regional post. How can how can I make good communication between people? I think this is about managing people. Mm.
Okay. Here, as in a different city. Yeah.
Okay, he
Hello.
mentioned as regional post. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I guess as I said, I don't think you might be in a situation where people don't completely understand you. Even in that situation, try to catch one person, make a friend over there, and make a friend at oh, he has said something, 3 states, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Talk to us first. Make one friend over there, and try to learn the basic communication, as I said. Following the other steps which I said earlier, and like that, you can. I think it will be very easy for you to converse with them, and find a common ground from with you with yours for yourself and your team, and find a common ground. For example, understand them, what kind of people are they looking up to. So I think these things can make things easier. And the first thing would be to actually get someone's help from there if you don't completely know them. First would, I think it I if I were in that situation, I would actually get befriend a local person over there, and learn a few common language, common things, and start your conversation with those common things, and then get into your your stuff, where you want to focus to. So when I was in a different state, I that is what I did. Addressing them first in their particular language, and then I'll go to whatever I have to say in English or anything like that.
Great. Thank you. One next question from Saif Ali. How to come out of comfort zone, and is that okay to say no to a person?
It is definitely okay to say no to a person, and be very comfortable saying no to a person, but don't be rude about it. This I you know It is very much okay. People actually have to learn to say no. And I know a person in my team where she has gained a lot of promotions in her career. And she has gained all her increments, but she'll not work after 6 o'clock. And I think it is very important that you have that kind of characteristics. It is, don't hesitate to say no to people. And coming out of comfort zone is actually have to put the effort. You there is something called as I would say you will not grow in your in comfort zone. You have to come to the learning zone. The difference between comfort zone and learning zone is just that you're putting effort in the learning zone, and knowing where you want to go. For example, if you want to become a speaker, if you want to become a public speaker, putting in the effort to get there. First talking in a small group, and first talking to yourself in front of a mirror. All these things are actually steps to coming out of your comfort zone. At one point your learning zone will become comfort zone, when you have actually learned a lot, and you're very satisfied, and it is very easy. When something is coming very easy to you, that will become comfort zone. So put in effort so much that your learning zone becomes your comfort zone. And how to come, you just have to know why you want to come out of your comfort zone, and you have to put in the effort. And
Thank you.
thank you, Saif, for the question.
Next from Suraj Darshan. He is working as a senior service cum sales engineer with Amigo Medical Devices. And his question is can you please give some idea on how to communicate with hospital staff regarding your product for sales and service purpose?
Okay. Hi. I am very, very, very weak in sales. So I don't know if I'll be the right person answering this question, but I've recently, done a lot of sales. But I would say sales is just the basic thing which you need to know is what the people need and what are you providing to them. If you are able to relate those two things, and if you're able to ask certain questions, one of the most important skills, I guess, is to ask questions, asking the right questions, to know what kind of product they need. And I guess that would help. And there are actually books on sales. You contact me, I can give those books. But reading a book is, you don't have to stop, you should not stop there. You should put that into action. You can contact me, and I can, I'll be probably able to send those books to you. And I guess I think the most important thing is to ask the right questions, to relate what the hospital needs and what you are selling. I don't think I'll share my Instagram ID if it is okay with you. My Instagram is actually Archana Ilango, or my email ID is Archana Ilango, ARCHANA ELANGO 2810 at gmail.com.
Okay, we have another question to differentiate on soft and hard skills.
Okay.
The question is from Shaheen Fazil. Could you please tell me the difference between soft skills and hard skills?
Okay, just 1 second. I just have.
No problem.
Okay. Hello. Sorry about that.
No
Yeah.
issues.
Sorry. The difference between. See, soft skills are actually very intangible. Hard skills you can see. Reading and writing something. Hello. Can you hear me?
Skills and hard skills.
Okay. You are asking the difference between soft skills and hard skills, right? Hello.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yes,
actually,
Archana.
soft
Yeah, can
skills
you
are
hear us?
intangible. Yeah, I can hear you. Soft skills are something which is intangible, and hard skills, writing and reading. People can see what you're doing, but soft skills are not like that. When you say leadership, it comes from it. It is not tangible. Leadership is actually not tangible, right? It is a quality which you have to show. So I think that is how, and adaptability is something which is not it is not tangible. You have to show that you just have it is something you what you make other people feel. You are adaptable to a certain situation, right? So soft skills are something which are not tangible, and you have to show that particular quality, and other people, you can make other people feel that. And that is, I guess, that is the difference between soft skills and hard skills, if I'm correct.
Mhm.
I
Thank
guess
you.
sir is waiting, and I'll take up more questions also. You can contact me. My
Okay.
email ID is Archana. I'll ask Geeta to put it in the chat box, and I
Yeah,
have.
sure.
Yeah, and you can also contact. I'm in my Instagram ID also. It is a public ID only, so you can contact me there, or in my through my email ID. So thank you. I
Thank you,
hope
Archana.
that was useful.
Yes, if time permits, when Sir finishes, we'll go through the questions along with this. Sir, he can also take us through. That's nice.
Definitely,
Thank you so
definitely.
much.
Hi, everybody.
Nikhil, are you there? Just
Yeah, just a second,
you.
madam. Just a second. Just a second. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Sukita, you have my.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna introduce you
I don't know
now.
why your voice is cutting down. It's breaking.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, but I think the signal is weak.
Hello.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Okay.
No, you are on mute.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Archana, you are on mute. Archana is on mute. You are, but,
Okay, yeah.
but why?
I guess her bandwidth is low, sir, and I
Ah.
guess she'll get back to you. Her bandwidth is probably low.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, she'll just, I guess she'll have to introduce you, and then we'll
Yeah,
continue.
I will keep on mute.
Okay, sir.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you all for your patience. We are moving on to the second session. We have our eminent speaker, Mr. Krishna Prasad. He's a senior management professional in medical equipment and devices industry, over 30 years of experience. He has worked in MNCs with international exposure, skilled in business planning and strategy, product management, marketing and branding. He has experience in leadership positions for fast growing companies in medical equipment and devices in diagnostic, various surgery specialties with the P&L responsibility. He is currently working with the Invacare Corporation as a business manager for South Asia. A hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thanks
This
for that nice introduction,
session is yours.
Sakita. Good. And good morning, everybody. Rather, good afternoon. I'm sure a lot of people are also from outside India. So before I start, Sukita,
Thank you, sir.
is the screen?
Sir.
Are you sharing the screen, the presentation, or you?
No, sir. Your video is live for us now. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, now that Archana has given that presentation, that PPT, are you going to share the same?
No, sir. You can use your own. No issues. We are fine for it.
No. If that's already there, you can just put it across. Then I can always
Okay.
cover that. Not a problem. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Archana,
easy.
can you? Oh, yes, sure.
She has
sir.
to. Oh, fine. Then in that case, let me just. If she is already there, she can put across.
Yes, sir. She is live. Archana, can you hear us?
No problem. Let me just try to share my screen in that case. Okay.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Share screen. Are you able to see my screen now? Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. Okay. So I
Slideshow
will.
mode, sir. Sir, if you can put it in slideshow mode, would be helpful.
Yeah, it's in PPT.
So you want me to put the full screen?
Yes, sir. Just press F9 or F5.
It's okay now?
No, not yet, sir. It is in PPT mode only. So just show in the slideshow mode. Just click there. No?
Yeah, you can also project it. I think the option is not working for him.
Looks like that.
Okay.
So it's in slideshow only. Basically, it's a slideshow. So how about now?
It's
Hello?
still the same, sir.
You are not able to see anything.
We are able to see your PPT. It's in a PPT format, not in a slideshow format. It's not projected yet. Okay.
Okay, I think Nikhil is doing it. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Fine. Good.
I don't know
Now
what
it's okay,
happened. I don't
Okay,
know.
no problem.
Because you have to actually share the screen with me. Na? That's why it will come. Okay, fine, guys. I think the first part, the basic soft skills, I think a lot of things I've been listening. So I think all the participants are at least clear now what is a soft skill and a difference between a soft skill and hard skill, right? Okay. The basic soft skills, the first thing is the communication. Communication, nothing is not just talking. How do you communicate with people? Okay. When we talk about communication, there are different kinds of communications. One is written communication, that's oral communication, verbal communication, non-verbal communication. So when we talk about communication, how do you communicate to the people? These days we are living in a digital world, right? So earlier when people talk about communication or talking, it was just talking or interacting with people, discussing with people. Eventually it has been evolved into a communication process. Today we talk about, when we talk about oral communication, it is just talking, and the rest is all right. Written communication is, earlier people used to have the inter-office memos and communicating to people. Then now we have moved into the electronic era with electronic mails, that's emails. Then we have the digital thing on the phone, on WhatsApp, different kinds of social media, social platforms we are talking about communication. So communication, my dear friends, plays a vital role in the soft skill part. How do you portray yourself? How do you project yourself? Like I just heard Achana was talking, somebody asked, I don't know how to communicate. I have that problem of, you know, I can't communicate to the people in the group. I get that feeling that I have the language, but I can't speak to people. I have that feeling inside. Or somebody asked that, how do I communicate to people? I'm a sales guy. I want to go and talk to a customer. It could be a doctor or anybody in the hospital. How do you communicate? How do I speak up? So for first thing, that the first tip or first lesson is to be a communicator. The first thing is you need to practice. Okay, like the way we practice. When you started becoming a biomedical engineer, first year you learn the basic biomedical engineering subjects with physics, chemistry, engineering, drawing. So eventually, slowly you move to electronics, communication. So finally, when it comes to your final stage, you get the optional subjects, the core subjects of biomedical engineering related to our field, right? So every day you practice, it's like step by step. How do you do it? For this, my first and foremost tip to all of you is like to be the best presenter in communication, to talk good, to practice. What you do is mirror practice. You know what is a mirror practice? Mirror practice is nothing but standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself, and see how you, when you're talking to people, start in front of a mirror and see yourself there and start behaving like you're talking to somebody. Start something, speaking, you know, spontaneously, and look at yourself, how you are behaving, how is your head movement, how is your body, how are your eye contact, how are your entire body movement, all that you watch. When you start practicing this, it will give you a lot of confidence, because when you go to people, okay, when you move outside to a new person, you always have that feeling of that nostalgia of, you know, I can't speak. That's called, there is something kind which is you know, struck up in your stomach. That's called, we call as butterflies. You know, the butterflies is that kind of some kind of a tension you create in that stomach, that, you know, you get that feeling, the pressure that I can't speak to somebody. You have that feeling. So to get that out, you have to practice and do it every day. Okay, everyday practice. The other thing is watch. Nowadays you're watching so many programs on TV, internet, especially the computer. Watch some good English programs. The best program would be, I suggest all of you look at an English channel. It could be any English news channel, NDTV, or you know, Star TV English channels, our own local English channels. Read, see the news, listen to the news, how the presenters, how the news readers present the news. Okay, just watch them 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, and try to acquire new jargons, you know, new things, any new spellings, new words you make out, write to them, and, you know, write them on the paper, look for the dictionary, try to practice that, and read newspapers, English newspapers especially. Okay, everybody is confident in, you know, your own mother language, but when it comes to your own mother English, you have this problem. So every day I suggest read the English paper. Okay, that will give you a lot of confidence. You don't need to read, you know, whatever you like. If you like a sales column, or sorry, sports column, or a stock exchange commercial, or a regular news, take one paragraph, read it, try to understand the words. A lot of words come in common every day in news. Okay, reading newspaper, watching something in English, will give you a lot of confidence. When you practice it, I'm sure a lot of people would have attended the English classes nowadays. These English coaching classes, what they do in English tutorials, they give you a lesson. They make you to hook up to the video, look at them, talk to them, listen to them. Okay, then you practice it. So when you practice reading, listening, reading, listener, that's why it's written as better listener. Listening skills are always important. Okay, it will give you a lot of confidence. Okay, so for listening, again, what I say is there is always one sentence I say: learn to listen, listen to learn. You understand the difference between learn to listen? If you don't know how to listen, start practicing, start learning to listen to people. So we have a lot of, a lot of people have this problem, have this habit of, if somebody is speaking, you interfere in between and you start talking your own version, So what you should do is when somebody is speaking, give a pause, listen to the other person. That will give you what other person is talking to, what other person want to convey, what is he's feeling, what is his version. That you listen, understand, then you give a reply, you want to comment, you want to give your answer. This gives you a lot of confidence, right? So listening is important. Learn to listen and listen to learn. What is listen to learn? Having started learning listening, once you are a good listener, when you listen more, when you listen to things, when you listen to people, when you listen to news, when you listen to the whole world, you are a learner. You are learning a lot of things, right? So learn to listen, listen to learn goes, both simultaneously. That's why always be a listener, practice listening, and practice in speaking, practice also start. And when you start practicing people, how do you start the opening talk? For example, somebody mentioned, I think a lot of biomedical guys are here. Somebody is from sales, I understand, especially in the hospital environment, or people who are working like us in the medical device industry. Okay, whether you're a service guy or a sales guy or an application guy or a customer support guy, whatever level, you need to talk to somebody, you need to communicate to somebody. Even in the hospital, biomedical engineers also, or maybe people who are in the quality control or R&D or production. You have to communicate to people at one point of time, more than just not in your mother tongue, whether your mother tongue is, well, whatever is the Indian language, or if you are a foreign language also, when you speak up in English, that's where the real challenge coming. So you need to practice. So don't feel hesitated. Start talking in English, whatever things that you come to mind, and start. If you don't make a start, nobody will. That's why you have to make a start somewhere. You always have, a lot of people have this problem, I will start somewhere, but you need to start, kick start somewhere. You have to start, talk, and then also review yourself. Then when you are starting talking to people in English, always is better that what I want to convey. First, make yourself what I want to convey in mind. What is the discussion I would have, what is the kind of language I should use. First, frame your idea, frame your substance, frame your subject in your mother tongue, and then try to put it into English, into practice, right? That is how. This is about oral communication. When it comes written communication, nowadays a lot of communication is going on nowadays, mostly on the written, especially emails. Electronic mails are taking a lot of importance today in this digital world. So how to address people? Okay, what to write? What is first thing is subject. Put a subject to what the subject matter is. Okay, subject. Then also what you want to write. First, frame your words. Okay, frame is, type a rough message, read it, and then you check it correctly before you release it. If you're not confident something is important message, okay, if this is not urgent, just don't shoot up the mail and send. Put it, write it, and put it, save it, and put it in a drafts column. And whenever you have time, go back, refer to that, or take some senior people or your colleagues' advice, your friends' advice, your family advice, who are better educated, who are senior to you, who are experienced, who can advise you friendly. Add to that, then this is how you start practicing it. Okay, you have to make a start, my dear friends. Okay, and then improve your body language and eye contact. The body language is very important. What is body language? Body language is nothing but non-verbal communication. Non-verbal is, like you say, people, I could read your mind. I'm able to see your feelings. Okay, I can see from your eyes, or I can feel from your body that you're not comfortable. These kind of comments people make. What does it mean? When you don't talk, your body, your entire body communication or your eye contact, it will convey what you want to have, what is in your mind, what is on your mind, what are you actually feeling. Okay, so that is why improve your body language. What is improve body language? Just an example. For example, when you're going for an interview, okay, when you're going for an interview, you're going and sitting opposite the person who is doing a interview, the interviewer who is doing the interview with you. So how do you sit across straight? Okay, make yourself comfortable, sit in a very comfortable position. Suppose you're carrying a file or papers, where to keep your papers on the table if there is a table. Okay, if there is no table, how do you keep yourself with yourself? Suppose you have a mobile phone, you have the gadgets, you have to keep it on the table, for example, if it's important, or you're keeping some. So all these things, make your posture, your body posture, your position is important. This is one thing. The body language is when somebody is talking to you. For example, hello, good morning, how are you? You say good morning, how are you? Right? The body language should show that you are comfortable. When you are not talking, when the body language is showing that what you are saying, but what your body shows are not in sync, not in synchronization. The other person, okay, the person whom you are sending the communication will be able to understand. So improve your body language means understand what I am speaking. My body is also showing. Now, for example, I say, the interviewer says, my dear friend, you are selected for this job. When can you join me? When can you join in the company? Let's say, then you say, thank you, sir, very much. Thanks for this offer. I would like to join at the earliest possible, sir. So when you're talking, the language is showing you're showing that kind of happiness in your face, the small smile, and at the same time, the body is also comfortable. But for example, you say, I will join, sir. No problem, sir. I thank you very much, sir. See, how is this? Your language is showing that positive, but your body is not really cooperating with you. This is where you need to improve your body language. Eye contact. What is eye contact? Looking into the people. Okay. What is eye contact? When you're talking to somebody, okay, some people have this habit. The other person is standing or sitting in front of you. You're talking to, but you're looking at somewhere here and there. Okay. It's like, commenting. That's called verbose communication, right? So always when talk to people, look into the eye. Eye contact is important. Why this eye contact is important? When you make an eye contact with people are observing you. People also understand that what you are communicating, what you are trying to say is serious. You mean it. You are involved in it, and then you definitely are very, very genuine in your communication. The sincere in your communication. So eye contact. Some people have this habit because they say, I can't see through your eyes. I feel some kind of embarrassment. I have some feeling. These feelings you should get out slowly by practicing it. So eye contact and body language, which both are non-verbal communication, are important. They are a process of your communication strongly. So what with the first lesson is practicing your own language, communication, oral, written. At the same time, everyday practice important. Then be a good listener. Okay. And here I also would like to say something about the listening skills. It has been done a research that there are three kinds of communication: oral, verbal, and written. Okay. So oral, verbal, the vocal. So when you talk about, people think that when what I am talking is being observed. Okay, right, good. What you are showing, for example, just giving an example. Now I am showing PPT to you. I am talking to you. I am a presenter. You are able to see me in the camera. Three things happening. What do you think you are observing in the most? There is a PPT, you are able to look at that, the subject matter is there. At the same time, you are able to reach out my voice, my communication style. At the same time, with whatever the limits we have today, because we are doing the digital one, because I am not physically present in front of you, but you are able to see me with whatever the way you are able to see me in your mind. You're trying to picturize me. You're trying to get a view of me. You're trying to understand what a kind of person. So the whole all of you are, the observation is your whole concentration is on my body language, how I'm behaving, when I'm talking to people. So it has been found from the research that out of three, the body language, okay, verbal, vocal, and visual, what people look at you visual, that goes very, very high percentage. This is what been found from the research in communication. So improve your body language. If you are already a good communicator, work on your body language, work on your eye contact, all that. Now, another tips I told you for written communication: reading English paper or English news, sometimes referring to some books, reading books, I heard Rachana was saying that, read some books. I will advise you, there is a very fantastic book called, maybe in the question and answer session I can share, a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is by a management company from US called Dale Carnegie. I will put in the chat box so that you can take it through. This is the first book. If you start reading this, it will give you a lot of insight in life. How you can become confident if you are not confident, if you have negative kind of thinking about yourself, if you're not very sure of things, how to reach out to people. A lot of people have that a feeling of reticent. Being reticent means I'm not able to talk to people, I'm not able to mingle with people. A lot of people are having a shy feeling. All that you will go out if you read this book. So a lot of communication books are there, but this is the first fundamental book which will give you a lot of insights, and you read through it once, twice, you will really get into the habit of communicating to people. Right, friends? Let's move on to the next subject. Yeah. So here again it says to develop your language. What all things you have to do to develop your language? You can listen, read, get help, talk. Okay. Now again, when we are saying listening, how are you going to do the practice of listening? Okay, so somebody like me said, okay, start listening. It's like nice to say that, nice to teach, and then you listen. But how do you start practicing listening, right? How do you start practicing listening? This is called patience. You know what is patience? You need to have that patience to listen to people. Okay, you need to have a lot of people have the habit of talking in between. As I told you, they interfere, they intervene, because they have that feeling, I need to talk first, or I want to convey my thing. They think that, before I talk, if somebody talks, I don't have anything to talk. These kind of things, these kind of feelings will limit you, and so that you out your thing, that okay, I know something, I want to talk to something, so I'm communicating something, right? So listening is learning patience. I tell you, my dear friends, here today, uh, especially all of us as a group, biomedical, okay, whatever the portfolio you are having, sales, as I told you, in biomedical engineering, we are all ultimately, for us, the end customer, the end consumer. Okay, whether through a doctor or a specialist or a company, ultimately a person who is using your product, we are all instrumental, and the product is used by a doctor or a technician or a consultant, right? So when we are looking at that kind of thing in mind, we have to have the habit of patience, because in our industry, in our healthcare industry, we have to have that patience. For example, there are a lot of sales guys, service guys in this forum. When you go and meet a doctor, when you go and meet a nurse in the operation theater, when you go somebody meet in a hospital, they are all busy. Sometimes they say, you wait, sir, please wait, madam. Okay, so we have to wait. In our business, it's always like that, because in healthcare, it's a human life. We are related to human life. Our business, our job, our portfolio, our entire biomedical engineering is linked to human life, healthcare. So when it comes to the human life healthcare, the first and foremost, to a hospital, to an organization, who is important? Important is the patient, the end person, a common person like you and me, a patient. So that means a patient is to be treated by the hospital, by a doctor, by a consultant, by a nurse, whoever is important, whoever is required at that time. So our end customer, we need to have that patience to listen. So when you start listening, when you start understanding, when you start practicing how to, have the patience to listen, patience to wait, automatically you develop this kind of, habit of listening to people. Sorry, Nikhil, are you there? Hello. Sukita. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sukita, can you just ask Nikhil
Mhm.
to stop, what do you call, minimize the screen, or I would like to show something else.
Yes, sir. Sure. Okay.
Because okay, no problem. I am able to do it. Don't worry. Okay. I am
Okay.
able to
Okay.
do it. Okay.
Fine.
I thought
Okay.
probably he has a control. He left it. No problem.
Mhm.
So, my dear friends, how do you, I will give some tips for listening. Okay. As I told you, total communication process. the levels of communication, verbal, non-verbal. So so sorry, yeah. When I'm saying that, Archana, are you able to see my screen now? Sorry, Sukita, you're able to
Yes,
see
sir.
which one? Which one are you seeing?
It's in presentation, sir.
But which one? The same slide what I showed earlier?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's still in the same.
Okay, no issue, right? So I will give my friends the listening skills, how to improve. Some tips I'll give you. First thing is, when you want to listen somebody, your mind should not be preoccupied. Okay, you have your mind open. First, for example, you go for a lecture or you go for a movie. Okay, you're watching a movie, but at the same time something is in your mind. You're thinking about your home, or you're thinking about your college, you're thinking about family, or you're thinking about something happened in the morning. So your mind is preoccupied. Then you are not able to concentrate here. Focus on what is happening in front of you. So keep your mind open. Don't have any thoughts. Just listen. For example, you go and attending a lecture like this, you have to focus everything onto the speaker, onto the audience, what's happening around. So then you are able to listen to people, gather information. That's why we say be open-minded. Okay, what is open-minded? Don't have anything inhibitions or some perceived ideas, perceived conceptions in your mind that, no, okay, this movie is not going to be good, this lecture is not going to be good, I know it is like this only. No, just think open-minded. Let me learn what is that today. I'm watching a movie. I've come to watch a movie. Let me see what is this movie. Let me enjoy the movie. These 2-3 hours, like that. Okay. Then interruptions. For example, nowadays with the digital world, sorry to say, but these mobile phones have really become a problem. Sometimes get a WhatsApp message, you get a call, so many things. You are getting a lot of interruptions. It happens in our daily life. So as far as possible, for example, like you think that you are attending a conference, you are attending a meeting, you are watching a movie, you are looking at a TV program, you want to involve into that, you want to totally immerse into that. Then what you should do is minimize your interruptions. What you should do is, suppose you have a mobile phone, if you can't switch off, put in the vibration mode or something like that, right? So minimizing interruptions will also help you. Second thing is, when you are saying listening, effective listening is hearing. Okay, what is meant by listening and hearing? People might ask a question, sir. Hearing, hearing in English, is also listening in our mother tongue. Whatever is your mother tongue, listening is also a mother tongue. Sorry, listening is also a listening. What is the two words difference? Hearing, listening, both are same, both are different. A lot of people have this. Hearing is what, listening is what? Hearing is just hearing whatever, whatever you are able to see through, whatever is you are able to, it is coming to the reaching your ears, and you are taking it. You like it, you take it, you listen, you understand, you apply. Okay, start thinking. Or you don't like it, leave it. Hearing is just like a passive thing. It's not. Listening is with a purpose. The difference between hearing and listening is, listening is the purpose. I am listening to this program. I'm watching this TV program. I am listening to a good music in radio. I am listening to a radio program. Okay, that means I am listening with all full concentration, with open-minded, with no interruptions. I want to see what is there in for me. I understand. If it is something useful, I will apply. I will work on it in my life. This is called listening. Hearing is, I will just give an example. For example, you're watching a TV program at home, something is coming in, you are just looking at it, but you are not totally concentrated in that. You are just listening, you are just looking at that. Sometimes TV is coming, somebody is talking to you at home, somebody is calling you. Your mind is here and there. This is called hearing. Okay. Always in the communication process, my dear friends, listening is important. So listening is hearing, interpreting the message, what is necessary to you, what is useful to you, understand the message, relate it to you. What For example, now the class is going on today. This program is all about soft skills, communication. So when you are listening, what is this soft skill about? What is oral communication? What is verbal communication? What is written communication? What is non-verbal communication? So what communication I'm listening? So you are able to apply, you are able to correlate, you are able to relate it to you. This is called listening. And the other part of listening is for example, at the end, I don't know why we are saying asking a question and answer session, or a clarification session. Any doubts? That means, any doubts means whatever I spoke to you, are you able to understand? That means I'm asking a question to you. Am I audible to you? Did you understand what I said? You have any questions? So for you, when you want to listen, understand whether I am a good listener or not, whatever you understood, ask a question to the people. Then if you ask a question, then you will understand that other person is answering you. That means, yes, I asked a right question. That means I am able to understand the session, whatever the speaker given the notes. Otherwise, I am not in the, I'm in the session physically. My body is present, but my mind is not fully present. That is not listening. That is only hearing. Okay, that is what I'm trying to tell you. So the other important thing in body language, a lot of people ask, postures and gestures. How do you, as I told you, that how do you sit, how do you stand, what gestures you make, the movement of hands, the eye contact. Okay, gestures is like you nod your head, eye movement, then your hands movement, then eye contact. As I told you, you are looking at the person, but sorry, you are at the person, but you are looking at somewhere. You are making your hands movement like this. That is also not agreeable. Orientation to the subject. What is orientation? How are you in line with subject? Today we are talking on one topic, one subject. Are you talking with respect to subject, or you are out of the track, right? And then suppose you are showing some presentation. Suppose you're showing some literature. Okay, for example, our sales guys, service guys, when you go to a customer, especially to a doctor, to a hospital, present your product. When you're showing some literature on your laptop, are you showing the literature and talking to the customer, your consultant? What is that you're showing? What is that you're talking? That correlation, that synchronization should happen. So that's called orientation to subject. Then presentation. What you're talking, when you're orienting to subject, what you're presenting is related to subject on it. How are you delivering your message? For example, you're talking to a doctor on your 5-parameter monitor. Am I conveying the right thing? I'm first starting here talking about the company, then product, then features, what kind of features the product has, all that attributions of the quality, the benefits to the doctor, the benefits to the hospital, the downtime, uptime. Am I able to present myself? Am I able to deliver the correct message to the doctor correctly or not? Right? Like, then also looks, your physical appearance. Physical appearance is like, for example, how are you dressed? How are you looking? Your physical appearance is also important, my dear friends. Okay. And after all this, another thing important is your emotions. In your communication, body language, especially when you don't open up your mouth, when you don't communicate orally, your non-verbal communication, apart from your gestures, apart from your eye contact, orientation, presentation, and looks, what also is important is your emotions. You know what emotions are? Mixed feelings. Feeling high, feeling low, happiness, sorrow, surprise, shock, all the emotions. Are you showing emotions? For example, you're going to a doctor, you are late. Okay, you had some trouble in the traffic, or you're not, your mind is preoccupied with something, you have a problem, but you're talking to doctor. But that kind of feeling is showing in your body language. You are able to show that emotions. You're in a hurry. So when you're showing that emotions, you should be careful. That's why you should have a balance of emotions. Okay, the facial expression, how emotions are shown, apart from your body language, your face is showing to the other person that you're talking very, how are you, man? Okay, fine, good, boss. But you don't like to seem to be happy. No, I'm happy here. People are able to see your voice, see your head, see your appearance, that your emotion is showing. Though you are saying I'm fine, happy, but your emotion is showing that you are not happy. You are somewhere unhappy, or something not correct with you, something wrong with you, or something you are not tuned to what you are actually saying. So express of emotions is very important, especially in our field, when we are meeting our clients, customers, anybody. Okay, I'm not just hinting salespeople in the biomedical industry of medical devices like us, or hospitals, anybody, even biomedical engineers who are there working in factories, production houses, in companies into production, R&D, quality control, regulatory. Everybody is a client. Customer is not just outside, is an inside customer also. To you, the other department, your other colleagues are customers. For them, you are a customer, right? For example, in a hospital, biomedical engineering department. But for biomedical engineering department, as a biomedical engineer, for you, the entire hospital, all the departments of your customers. It could be radiology, nephrology, urology, any department, the customer. Similarly, for them also you are a customer. You understand? So expressions of emotions in between, okay, with other people, using your especially facial expressions is very, very important, right? So, sorry, I thought, okay. So emotions. So now we covered body language. We talked about communication, listening skills in body language, how you improve your own ways of improving your body language. So one more thing, as I told you, I was telling you the three things in communication: words, then your what you use when you talk to people, what kind of linguistics. What is linguistics? Linguistics is linked to the language. We talk about linguistics is uh, we link to your language, your communication. So then body language. So it seems, as I told you, again I'm re-emphasizing, okay, reiterating that the body language, the non-verbal communication plays a vital role. It's more than 50% the body language, the non-verbal communication is important. That's what in research it is shown, right? Okay. So one more thing is, people will always think that, it's nice, very nice, we are hearing this, but why I am not a good listener? Why I am not able to make a good listening out of people? There are few things which are the reasons, or few things which I can probably find. Is one is, listening is not all that easy. Okay, for some people, sitting quiet for 1 hour listening to somebody, it's a very hard job, very tough task. Okay, especially sales guys I've seen, because always you are on the job, you are moving around, talking to people, with customer, listen, talking, communicating. So always have that habit of, you always give your point of view, but for you to take a back seat and then talk to people, listen to people, then answer, when required intervene, when required you make your opinion, when required you talk, or keep yourself, keep quiet, listen to the other person. So listening is hard work. You have to learn that. Then always, there's a competition. Today is a competitive world. In a competitive world, what's happening is, today we are in a rush. Okay, I have to listen to this, I have to understand this. There are always a competition. A lot of things are going on simultaneously. That is one more reason also people are not becoming good listeners. A lot of people are not good listeners, or few people are not good listeners. The other thing is lack of training. Like, I have not been trained from the beginning. I studied in my college, came up, and then went to the job. There is no some kind of a basic training you need to undergo. Some kind of that's why it's called a soft skills training. Soft skills training, you need to have some kind of training somewhere. If not undergoing a course through somebody, through some tutorials, as I told you, the digital learning or e-learning, or from the TV or from the radio, any communication, you need to have the training. The lack of training, because there was no sense of training, you have not attended any training, you are not able to understand the importance, okay, the importance of the vital part of the listening. Okay, the other reason today people are not becoming good listeners, or some people are not really good listeners. I don't want to say bad listeners, but they are not good listeners. The rush for action. Today we are living in a digital world, competitive world, fast world. Everybody is like fast pace, fast buck. Everybody is running around. Okay, there's no time. So the rush for action. So I'm always rushing. Okay, I heard something. I'm noted your point. Then what is that I next thing I have to do? Okay, I'm always in the mode of thinking that I have to do something. So that means I need to get into the action mode. The rush, the speed, the anxiety for going for action makes you not to listen. That becomes a hindrance. That becomes an obstacle. That becomes a roadblock for not listening. So these are few reasons. One is it's a hard work to listen, a lot of competition, lack of training, as I told you, your own internal feelings, that some people have this habit, or some mind, perceived mind, preconceived mind, ideas in the mind that, no, what is there to listen to him here? I know him, or I know this subject. So that, I don't want to say overconfidence, but underestimating somebody, or overconfidence, or take it light. Okay, these kind of attitude, all these things will finally result into not listening to, or will make you bad listener, not a good listener. So please cultivate this. So now, different things we discussed about communication part of it. So coming back to the, so what we have to do to develop your own language, you have to be a good listener, practice it every day, improve your body language and eye contact, as I told you, listen, reading, get help. What is get help is I told you, take help from different sources, digital, from your Google, from your friends, people, knowledgeable people, hierarchy in your own organization, wherever you're working, take from seniors, some family friends, your own family, your own parents, your own family, your own kith and kin, take help, take some senior professionals help. Like, these kind of platforms, when you attend these kind of trainings, get help, take a lot of information. So start practicing talking to people. But one thing I think rightly she has also put here, that keep it simple. Okay, keep it short and simple. There is a principle called KISS, KISS. Don't get it wrong. KISS is nothing but keep it short and simple. Especially, my dear friends, I would like to emphasize in our industry, because when we meet our clients, as I told you, wherever the work, whichever the part of the world you are all living, we all are working with doctors, consultants, mostly 80%, even for those guys who are in the customer service application, barring people from non customer oriented, like people into production R&D. As I told you, most of the people we are talking to, doctors, we are interacting with people, hospitals, they the busiest, the biggest challenge with them is they don't have time. They are running short of time. A doctor always will tell you, I don't have much time, please talk fast. So we are running in the fast buck time, as I told you. So always start learning this practice called keep it short and simple, KISS in English. So what I mean to say is, whatever you learn, start practicing talking to people. Okay. Once you start practicing, you become experienced. What your subject, which probably you would like to speak for 1 hour, how can I make in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes? Okay. Start practicing, start getting into that mode. So once you start doing that, keeping it short and simple, normally they say, no, boss, let me tell you, to cut the long story short, this is what we want. Okay. So the customer tells like that. So that is how you have to also get into that kind of a mode and start practicing it, learning it, practice it, and also observe it, and then do it regularly. One thing is, to be a good communicator, to acquire good soft skills, you have to hard work. Okay. You have to work hard, my dear friends. There is no substitute. Okay. By learning from your Google or the net sources, you have knowledge, but you have to practice it. There are no shortcut. You need to work on yourself. Okay. You have to start somewhere. So hard work definitely pays. So first, as I told you, that think, how do I improve my more than my mother tongue, the English language, which is important today for our communication. All right. So we covered in communication now, talking about body language, practicing, listening, then also eye contact, all that aspects of body language. Then what are the tips we need? Then why we are not able to becoming a good listener? What things can make us be a good listener? What are the things required, or the tools required for reading, listening? Okay, taking help from people, talking. I told you first and foremost the mirror practice, all that. So if you probably able to do all that, I'm sure you will definitely start becoming a, I don't want to say great communicator. First, become a uh, first. If you are already a good communicator, I'm sure there are a lot of people in this forum. Becoming a best communicator is good. Another important tip I told you, I'm going to give you, as I told you from the beginning, about watching, reading, writing, then also practice writing. When I said, especially emails, earlier people used to do that essay writing. I'm sure you also remember in college days, wherever you studied, you have this English essay writing, your own mother tongue. The yes, why? What was that essay writing? Is nothing but this is only how you communicate to people. Take a subject right. So today, because email is playing a lot of vital role, start practicing sending emails. Improve your language, English language, by reading your English newspapers, reading news. Plus, also, one more tip is watch some nice videos. Okay, go to Google. I can share my number, my email ID, everything to you. You can approach me. I have a lot of videos. You can get upload onto your YouTube. Watch the tube. What do you call? Go to YouTube and Google. Watch some nice videos and communicate. There are a lot of good presenters internationally. Okay, locally also there are some good speakers. And nowadays, everybody knows Sadhguru is one guy who's a good communicator. Apart from his philosophical and spiritual knowledge, he's one of the good communicators, I would say. And there are a lot of corporate people are good communicators, right? I would say Steve Jobs, who's no more now, the CEO founder of Apple, was one of the best communicators. Okay, and presentation skills he has. If you happen to see his videos, go to YouTube and watch for Steve Jobs video. I still remember there is a video from Steve Jobs in the year 2011 or 10 when they launched uh, their thin pad, the notebook, the computer, Apple, that is called, I think, Micro Air or so the name. You see that video, how nicely he presented to the entire company, that, about this product, and it was a massive applause from the employees when he launched it. He's one of the best communicate in the corporate world I've seen. A lot of other presenters also in India as well. So when you watch these videos, attend these classes, your confidence also goes up. Practice it, and finally be a good listener, and start communicating, and that will definitely take you to places, right? So with that, I think I will finish my session. I hope I have done the whatever is required. We have still 10 minutes time. Thank you to all of you. And before I close, I would like to congratulate everybody today. I'm sure you all know today is a World Biomedical Engineers 7th year. So we are all celebrating that. Be proud that you are a biomedical engineer. Okay. I think somebody also commented to that behind every successful doctor, there is a biomedical engineer. So I think we should pat ourselves. Sometimes life says, if somebody is not talking great about you, you need to also talk about yourself. So I would like to deliberately say that I'm really having proud and take pride in saying that, I'm one of the person in this forum, biomedical engineer. So I think we all should be proud of it, and then we should enjoy that respect, right? So with that, I close. So then you can take the question answer sessions. Sukita and Nikhil, over to you.
Thank you, sir. It's really
Sukita, you're cutting down. I am not able to listen. Your bandwidth. I think
I hope
sorry, your bandwidth thing. I think
participants. Yeah, please. I think that's the highest bandwidth I can acquire. Hello, is that fine now? Nikhil, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello, Sukita. Hello, what happened? Is the okay?
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sir, am I audible now?
Now you are audible, because I couldn't hear. Your voice was cutting. Maybe you want me to put off my camera. Probably, what happens when too many cameras, too many people are on voice, the bandwidth becomes very slow.
Yes, so that would happen. Maybe.
So you can stop. Nikhil, tell Nikhil to close the this presentation. Okay.
Yes,
then,
sir. Okay.
I can take the sorry, question and answers.
Nikhil, can you please help us in dropping down his presentation?
Yeah, okay. I'm able to close it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. That's fine. Okay, sir. Good. So shall we please go through questions?
Yeah. You are. How do you want you would like to read the question and you want my answer?
Yes, sir. That would be fine.
Yeah.
I think I'll collect that.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have a question from Abdullah. He's biomedical engineer from Dhaka. He recently started his own business. He could speak and motivate others easily, but he want to learn leadership and want to see himself as a trainer to focus on that. He asked how and where I get trained.
So he wants to get trained to become a leader.
Yes.
Yeah. So before I answer this question, Mr. Abdullah, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure whether these people are able to come on the line, or whatever we speak, they will answer on the chat box.
They can answer only in chat box.
Okay. So can I see the question in the chat box? Let me stop my video.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure. Where is it, Mr.
In question answers
Yeah,
tab.
I'm just looking at the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Questions. Abdullah, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, Abdullah, okay. Right. So I start my own business. I want to learn leadership and want to see myself. So I want to ask him, like, what does he mean by leadership? What does he mean? First, hello.
I think his context would be he's owning his business and he could manage people. Maybe in this context, but could not.
Okay,
I
so
could
he
not
wants to
see.
become a leader to manage his own business. That means to manage his own business, he need to communicate to people, right? Okay, right. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're.
Yeah. So what he has to do is, see, if he is already confident that he's a good communicator, or he's a good communicator. That's what he's saying. He has to work on it. Uh, uh, right now, he's running his own business. He said, right?
Yes.
So he's running his own business. So he has to first start talking to his own employees confidently, talk to them one to one every day, and slowly getting into the practice of speaking to people, make presentations to people in their own company or in his own business. Start acquiring that kind of knowledge and start acquiring these kind of skills. No, he has to start from slowly from in the process, one by one. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Shall we move to the
Hello.
next question?
And the other part, he also said where he get trained. So what he has to do is he can look for some. Since he's in Dhaka, I'm not sure if it's in India. I would have suggested Dhaka. Definitely, there must be some companies who are definitely doing training companies are there. He can look at some training companies like Dale Carnegie, Achieve Global. I can ask him. You share my email ID to him, or I can send in a chat box. Okay, he can send. I can suggest those companies. These companies give some kind of leadership, management, project management, leadership, team building programs. Okay, then he can always attend these programs where therein by there are a lot of practical classes. Okay, practical sessions means among the other participants you are also been asked to present yourself and all that. This is where he gets trained, becoming a big good communicator. Then the leadership skills, all that will be there. Okay, there are different modules of leadership training, right? I have sent my email ID. Hello, Sukita.
That's great. So shall we move to next question?
Yeah. I'm not able to hear you. I finished. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yes, sir. How to work with someone you were not compatible with? Afifa, she has questioned.
How to work with people with someone you are not comfortable with?
Yes.
First of all, why you think that you are feeling that you are not comfortable or compatible? Which is the word? The person.
Compatible.
Compatible. So where is the question of compatibility?
Yes, sir.
Your own idea, your own assumption. You are thinking the other person is not compatible, but is it the other person thinking the same way that you are not compatible? Maybe you are thinking that he or she is not compatible with you, but that other person, whoever it is, he or she, maybe the person thinks that you are compatible. So you have to have that clear thing in your mind. Okay, that is general vague idea, right? That's a vague thing.
Yes.
The other thing about the compatibility, how do you work with people who are not compatible? Means you have to be very clear in what you want to convey. Okay, you have to be clear in what you want to communicate. You have to be clear in what is expected from you and what is expected from the other person. So set the expectations. When you think that the other person is not compatible with me, or I am good but the other person is not trying to be compatible with me, make things clear to the other person that this is what I will do, this is what I want to do, this is what I expect you to do. Is it okay with you or not? If it is not okay with you, what is that acceptable or agreeable between you, two of us or three of us, whoever is the people, whatever the number of people, right?
Yes, sir. That answered her question.
Yeah. So
The next,
last thing is also, once you think that you're not compatible, the other person is not compatible, start becoming a friend, start making that approach. Okay, communicate, understand the other person might more, little more personally. You know, the quality of the other person, like the person, whether he's senior to you, junior to you, what kind of experience, what kind of knowledge. Look at the positive things in the person. Okay, if the person is positive, don't look at only things. If looking at positive things, you will also be able to understand better. Okay, well, once you understand a person better, you will be able to also be compatible with the other person. That is how you will be able to achieve the other person and becoming non-compatibility to compatibility. Okay.
yes, sir. That's fine. Thank you. We have next question here. How do you cope up when you have too much work on your platter?
Excellent question. How do you cope up when you do have too much work on your platter? Okay. First of all, what is making you to decide or to say that I'm actually losing my because the bandwidth is becoming slow here. Net is slow. You have to please cope up with me. I'm not sure. That's why maybe
No.
one place to another place you would have seen some momentum in my position. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who has told you that? How do you think that your work is too much? That is first thing you have to ask yourself. What is too much is, how much is too much, right? So the positive side of it is, don't think whatever is coming to is too much on the plate. So if there is a lot of things on your plate, okay, first prioritize. Okay, probably this is a general question this gentleman asked. Who's the person asked?
Bhagati.
Sorry.
Hello.
What is the name of the person you said?
Bhagati Manswa.
Okay, Bhagati. Okay. So what I'm saying is, the person has to, if you have so many jobs, you think, okay, I have got too much work to do, please make yourself sure that what is the thing first I need to do. Okay. What is important first? That's called prioritization. There are two things when you are job regularly is prioritizing and planning. Okay. Priority and plan. How much prioritization you're doing, what is to be done first, what is to be done last. Okay, the high priority, the low priority. Okay, the high priority. So when you're doing this kind of calculation, first, whatever the jobs you have, number of jobs, you have to have that kind of habit of putting things in your IOM or in your memo, in your writing pad every day. Okay, write things on your work pad, that what are things to be done. Jot down everything. Then first start looking at the highest priority job, how much time takes. Like that, come from high priority to low priority. First take up the high priority job to low priority, and just estimate a time. Have an assumption of some time that each job will take how many minutes. If I have 8 hours, 10 hours, 6 hours, how much I can accommodate. Okay, which I will do first, which I will do last, and in sequence. So what are the jobs are left over pending, I can shift it tomorrow, right? So when you are doing this, the jobs which are pending for the next day or the next time, okay, if you are keeping a job which is pending for the next day, which is of high priority, that means your work planning is wrong. So what you do is, do the first high priority job, so that you can leave the jobs for which you don't have time for today, which can be planned for tomorrow. Thereby you will also get that feeling of relief that there are not too many things on my plate. I will be able to disperse and dispose of my jobs one by one, tasks one by one. Right? That answers my the question, Bhagati.
I hope, yes, sir. You were
You can
clear
put
in
on
that.
chat box. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
The next question we have, how to make presentation on any topic based on pictorial representation.
How to make any presentation
on pictorial representation.
So you mean to say that if you are presenting on something on your PPT, apart from your PPT words, you would like to make some pictures, right?
Yes, his question context is like that. Yeah.
So I think what it is something to do with the Microsoft PowerPoint skills. Okay, go to the PowerPoint. If the other person is listening to me, what is the name you said, Sukita? Because there are too many things on the what do you call the chat box here. What is the name of the person?
Yes, sir. Okay, wait. I'm just Devigan M, sir.
Because I am not able to see here. Is it like these are one second? Devigan. Okay. What you have to do is Devigan. What they have to do is they have to go to the Microsoft PowerPoint. When you're doing Microsoft PowerPoint on the top left side, you will have a lot of options. Okay. Your options when do it for you're doing your design outlet layout, slide layout. Then you have representations. Go to that sound, music, pictorial representation. Go to that selection, select that picture. They will have a lot of options. Then you have options also there. You click on that and click on that. Once that option opens, bring it onto your slide wherever you want to show. Okay. For example, what she means is an example. Devigan, if I understood, for example, you want to show a mannerism or a picture that something is done fantastic. Okay, you want to show what do you call appreciation, applause, accolades. Okay, you would like to show two hands like this or some question like this. So these are representation of pictures which are given in the PowerPoint options. You can download them, you can take from them and upload into your slides. Okay. Hello, Sugita.
Question is from Osama. Yes, sir.
I think Sugita, your
Moving
voice
on
is
to next
cutting
question
because
from
in between I am not able to hear anything. Your voice is cutting down. I don't know.
Oh, I'm really sorry, sir. I'm
That's why you
yeah.
are there's a pause from your side. Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
hope it will be better now.
Yeah. Tell me now.
Okay. And next question from Osama Adam.
Okay. I'm
Why
able
in
to see
some
that now.
hospitals?
Yeah. Why in some
Okay.
hospital management they want to provide biomedical engineering in all department?
Yeah.
Good question. I don't mean hospital management. They want to provide biomedical in all department means this question is not specific. You mean to say normally in the hospitals, please tell them Sukita, Usama Adam Aliu. Mr. Usama, maybe I think it sounds like India. In India, normally, let me just give you an answer in two parts. First part is in India, in hospitals, normally biomedical engineering is one department where there are a number of people there. It depends on the size of the hospital, 5 engineers, 2 engineers, 10 engineers, depending on the size and magnitude of the hospital, number one. Okay. All these engineers are supposed to take care of the troubleshooting, repair, maintenance, customer service across the hospitals, across the hospital departments as and whenever needed as the need of the hour. That's number one. Number two, there are some small hospitals where there are limited staff is there. Some hospitals, as you said rightly, in some critical departments like radiology, where the troubleshooting, wear and tear is more. For example, all the OT equipment, or we talk about monitors, endoscopes, all things, the blood oxygen machines, heart lung machines, whatever are in the operating room area, operation theater area, they are wear and tear because regularly surgeries is on work. So there are some people, they always say one engineer posted for that department. That could be the idea. Okay. For example, in some hospitals, there are some departments which are very specific, like orthopedic, neuro, super specialty. There are a lot of hospitals doing good number of surgeries, orthopedics, neuro, cardiac surgery, or laparoscopy. Let's say 4 departments. So there are a lot of work going in every day. Instead of having one engineer in the biomedical centralized department, they will say, okay, why don't you have one engineer for our own department? Because every day we have 10 surgeries going on, a lot of equipment. Okay, every 2 days, 3 days, there might be a failure, there might be a breakdown, there may be a problem, small problem. We can't look into that. So the engineer will be of helpful. This is what the reason probably they might need one biomedical engineer in all departments. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Is it okay? Okay, from Mr. Usama, right? If he is any
Yes.
doubt, he can put into these things. Yeah, next.
Yes. How can I handle a situation where my audience
I'm
is
able to see.
not?
Yeah, yeah. Ebola. Okay,
Yeah.
Oyetunde. Sorry if I pronounce your name, Oyetunde Oyebola. How can I handle a situation where my audience is not friendly and I need to really communicate without missing a word? Excellent question.
There.
Well, thanks.
Yes, sir. There were many questions from others in the chat box. How can I communicate without missing
Sukita, you are
words?
cutting again. Sukita, you cutting again. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, many people have asked how can I communicate without missing words?
Without missing words, how can I communicate? And the other question also he said, how can I communicate when my people are not friendly? Right?
Yes, yes, sir. Two questions.
His question is, yeah. First of all, you understand. Don't worry about your communication. Don't worry about what is that to be communicated. Your language, your communication style, your level of communication. That is okay. First, think about the other side. Who are your audience? Who are your people? Who are your clients? Where you are saying, Mr. Oibola, Mr. Miss, I don't know, sorry, Oibola saying why my audience is not, why whoever is your audience not friendly, why they are not friendly. Okay, just work on it. If they are not friendly, try to make them how you can turn them into, be a good client, good customer, good listener. Okay, make them more friendly. In communication, important thing is communication always happens between like-minded people, between people who like each other, between people who have got compatibility. So that you, apart from working on your communication style, your language, also work on from the audience side. Who are my people? For example, I am not sure in which environment you're working. Are you a biomedical engineer working in a hospital or a company or a sales guy? I don't know. Suppose, for example, you are working with doctors, high qualified doctors. If they are your audience, you have to become friendly, achieve their confidence, be slowly become friendly, talk to them, make them more acquainted, get more contact like that. Okay, so work with your audience so that you will try to reach them closely, slowly by practicing it one by one. Okay, not immediately, it will not happen, right? So then once you start becoming friendly, whatever you communicate, as you said, even if you miss a word, people will like, people will do it. It is something like naturally in life. If you like somebody, whatever the other person speaks to you, you will like it. You will like it. That's exactly. If you don't like somebody, if you have that option in mind, if you have that thing in mind that I don't like this person. So whatever the other person speaks to you, it doesn't, you really don't like it. You don't really relish it. You don't really appreciate. That's why always work on the audience. In communication, we always say, who are my audience? Who are my target audience? Who are my people whom I am going to interest to you? That's very important, right?
That
Yes.
answered to his questions.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I finished.
We have, okay. We have a lot of questions here, sir. If you're happy to answer now, if the time permits, we can take through.
I have
Else,
no problem. I have no problem. It is up to them and up to you how much time you have.
okay, sir, fine. Okay. Okay, we don't have a name, but we have
I put
questions.
my video off because
Mhm.
because once I put my video off, at least your bandwidth will be saved. That's why I put my video off.
Thank you, sir.
Let me try out your voice now. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Okay. Here, one person have a question. I'm a biomedical engineer, 2018 pass out.
I am able to see it. Yeah. 2018
Okay, sir.
passed
Yeah.
out, searching a job in
Yes.
Chennai, Pondicherry, attended hospital training and attending interviews. I have a command over communication and enter job market. Please suggest internships or hospital training or education after BE biomedical engineering. So this person is asking for internships. Mr. Anonymous, he didn't mention the name.
Yes.
Mr. Anonymous or Miss Anonymous. Okay, fine. First of all the best. Good luck. You passed out 2 years back. So good. It's good to know that you got a good communication. I appreciate it. Yeah, job market definitely needs your oral, verbal communication skills. That's a good soft skill quality you have. So what you do is It all depends on, you want to get into hospital job, please apply to the hospital, talk to the hospitals. My approach would be, if I am you, I will straight away walk into hospital. You are in Chennai, Pondicherry, go to Apollo, go to Malar, go to big hospitals. Nothing wrong. You just drop in. This called gate crashing. Just go. You don't need to apply for a job, look for some advertisement. No, just go talk to the biomedical department, meet the head there, give your biodata, give your contact. Okay, talk to people and come back. That is called. And in fact, it will give you a lot of interest to other people also. When you personally approach, there's a lot of sincerity. They think that today this person needs a job. This person is genuinely interested. And when they have some position coming in, when there is a vacancy, they'll certainly call you. There's one part of it for searching a job. Okay. And in hospital training education, you can look for some Google. I will try to send you some some links. There are some portals available where you can look for trainings. And especially, my dear friends, I am not sure whether Archana has mentioned or Sukita has mentioned in the beginning. I'm sure, Sukita, since you are there in the line. Did you think about IBSC, Indian Biomedical Skills Consortium? It is one of the good platforms. My dear friends, please go to Indian Biomedical Skills Consortium, which is also working closely with Force Biomedical. We are all a part of it, as I said today. So go to IBSC website. Archana, Sukita, you have the IBSC website?
Yes,
link?
sir. I'll ping. Yes, sir. I have
Please
it.
give them the IBSC link. Okay.
Okay,
IBSC is conducting a lot of programs. What you are exactly asking about, hospital training, internships, that is one. And AMTZ, in which Mr. Nituri Naresh, I am not sure if Naresh is present now in the program. This organization, Force Biomedical, is also in cooperation and coordination with AMTZ, Andhra Pradesh Medical Technology Zone, Medical Devices Zone, is conducting live programs there. There are a lot of internships. You can join physically, go there, attend this course for 1 month, 2 months. There are programs, trainings coming up on a lot of product equipment, different kinds of equipments, modules are done. So these are two platforms you can immediately attend and get your knowledge and training. Okay. And that becomes an internship also for you. Okay, Sukita?
Yes, sir. That answered him. I'll share the link in the
Please.
chat box. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
We have another question. Kindly tell us where we can find a gateway for training, internship, or job in Tamil Nadu, India, Tamil Nadu.
Training on which? Training on what? Is the person asking training into biomedical subjects or soft skills?
It's very general, sir. A gateway for training, internship, or job in India.
It's very again, yeah. He asked a general question.
Yes.
Gateway for internship training is like my dear friend. There are open, like you can approach. For example, many companies, hospitals. If you are a biomedical engineer, approach to the hospitals, biomedical companies, medical devices. Go to their websites, look into that. There are a lot of companies are posting nowadays the internships also. For example, I have seen sometime back Philips, GE, especially companies like Philips, GE, and all that. They advertise on their website about internships and all that. So you go to their websites, apply for internships, jobs. Similarly, hospitals. You will find a lot of avenues like that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I hope she finds it helpful. Next,
Because the
from Shika.
Shika. Okay.
Yes, it was anonymous.
No, some other things. Zuri, Shaddai, sir, is there any tips? We have taken that question. I'm just.
No, sir. Yes, to answer, Zuri.
Zuri,
Is
Shaddai.
there any tip?
As I told you, my dear friend, body language, as I told you, body language improving is when you're doing the mirror practice, you are looking at the mirror. Okay. When you're looking at your face, you are able to see your eye contact, your face, expression, emotions. Look at your face closely. Suppose you want to something convey very seriously, is my wife face showing seriousness, or I am having a smiley face? That means the expression versus your communication languages are not in sync, right? So you have to have that connection. Look at your body language. Suppose you are standing in front of the mirror. How are my movements of my hands, my body posture? Am I moving too much this side, that side, or I'm standing steadily? I'm standing steadily like iron. No. So you have to work on the body language, looking at the entire in totality of your personality from head to toe. How I'm moving my hands. If I want, for example, if I want to talk to somebody on a serious subject, I have to stand somewhere and talk. So I have to be stable. On a serious subject, I can't just keep on moving around here and there and talking. That becomes diluted. You are conveying a serious matter, but your body language is not serious. These are certain things you need to improve on body language. Okay, as I told you, body language improvement, your eye contact, your language, your head, your expression, your emotions, especially. All these things will help you in improving your body language. Now, Shika, right? That answers his question. I think Zuri. Shika,
Zuri.
some persons are very opportunities when what I meant to say that you and your colleague worked on some deal equally or you put more effort, but your colleague takes on the credit how to deal with such type of persons when your personally is not to show off. When you're sorry, your personality is not. Good question. She might, I think Shika must be from, I'm just guessing, maybe she's from sales. This happens in many people. It happened with me also in my beginning part of my career many years back. Yeah, it's very common in this world. Smart people are always like that only. There are some extra smart people also. So, Shikha, my answer to this is yes. If you have worked on hard, like equally with the other person, if the other person is trying to take away the credit, don't let the credit go to the other person, he or she. Yes, you have every right to be, fight for your what do you call your hard work, and you have to get that reward and recognition and award for what you do. So that's why we always say in English, make your pound flesh. Okay, that's why what you do is you have to be assertive. What we say in English is assertive. Assertiveness is you should be sure, confident, and talk to people what you have done. Okay, claim your pound of flesh. What is claim your pound of flesh means? Whatever you have done, you need to get the credit, that piece of the credit. For that, if you are not a good communicator, please start working on good communication. Be careful from the beginning. Suppose you are involved in a project with the other person. From the beginning, start communicating. Whatever communication is required, orally, written. Keep people informed. Keep people informed. Whoever are involved in that work, your boss, your company, whatever you work, your customer. Keep all people in loop. Everybody should know. Okay, and keep interacting with people in equal intervals. Observe the work in stages. Okay, also look at your other colleagues what do you call his actions, his or her actions, what kind of moves he's making or she is making. That means you are able to put your effort, that how you're working, it should be credited to you. Okay, and tell people that I have done this and put in paper. Okay, and also have some, whatever you've done, how people will say, some people will say smartly, how do we believe you, how do you know that you've done this? So you have to have a evidence, you have to have a what you call something in written, something. So take people into confidence. Suppose you have done a great job in a hospital, your customer, take a letter from a customer or a communication message from customer, send one email. Enough. Hospital engineers, normally we always ask for reference certificates in biomedical engineering. What is reference certificate? Hospital gives a good certificate from the biomedical department. This so and so equipment has been installed in our hospital, is working very fine, post warranty, all that. So it's a certificate, valid certificate, bona fide certificate, customer satisfaction survey, like that kind of things. You start working on it. And before that, first and foremost, if you are not a good communicator, become a good communicator, becoming a nice communicator. Okay, work on it so that you will be definitely successful. All the best to you, Shikha.
Oh,
Yes, please. Next is, I think, Chinweef Kingsley, right?
yes, sir.
How do I maximize my field sales performance? This is again a vague question. How do I maximize my field sales performance? See, if you are a failed sales guy, how do you maximize your performance? I will ask you, how do you, what are the things that are, you can make your performance better? Number one, if you are a sales guy, look at, I'm sure wherever you're working, any part of the world, a sales guy always have to have deliver numbers. They will have targets. They have to achieve some numbers wherever you're working, whichever is the product. See how you are able to achieve your numbers, your targets. Okay, your business, your sales volumes, your sales numbers. Improve that. Okay. How do you improve the performance? Is performing better is improving the numbers. How do you improve performances? Which is the product you are covering? Which are the products in your portfolio? Who are all your customers? What is your territory? What is the timeline? All these things you have to take into picture, my dear. One is your target, your customer base, your product base, plus what is that you as a person, what are your qualities, what is your knowledge, what is your experience, what are your communication skills. If your knowledge is not good on the product, get the product knowledge, understand the product, know about your product. When you talk about medical field, again our own field sales, you need to have FAB. We always call feature, advantage, benefit. Any medical device, any medical equipment, every product will have its own features, which are some advantages, which are benefits to the end customer. The end customer is benefit to the hospital, benefit to the surgeon, benefit to your doctor, right? Understand that. Work on the area where you can improve that. If your product is good, if your knowledge is good, but you are not able to deliver numbers, see where you are going wrong, where you are losing to competition, you are losing your orders, you're not able to lose or cover the territory. For example, everything is good, but your territory is small, your customer base is small. Expand your customer base, meet more people, talk to more people, meet more customers, reach out on the digital platform, send emails. Okay, not just physical. For example, if you are living in one state, one place, some, let's say 15 hospitals are there. I'm just giving an example. Whatever is the place, okay, reach out to all the people. No, let them know that you are there, you as a person there, your company is there, product is there. For sales guy, the important thing in the market is people should know you. Okay, you should be, people should know you and you should know people. That's why you have to be open in the market. You have to be very clear. You have to be what you call conscious. You have to always be close to the field. That will really improve your performance. Next, Sukita, can we take the next question?
Yes, sir. As in the queue.
Sophia, Celine, yeah. For doing
Yes.
a product demonstration, we should know about the product properly, right from where I could know about product details. So what does it cheese? What is the question?
For doing a product demonstration.
For doing a product demonstration, we should
Yes,
know
sir.
about the product properly, right? Yes, definitely. From where I could know about product. Okay, from where you would like to know product details. So your own company, suppose you are working for a company, look at your product. You will have a product catalog, product brochure, then you have product manual, whether it is a device or an equipment and instrument. If you don't have it, if your product department, if your marketing department, your own company will give you. If you don't have that also, from where I could know about product details? Yeah, what you have to do is, if you want to make a specification about the product, look at the product features, put down on the paper what are the product specifications, product features. Okay, if you would have specified the product, I would have given much more insight and answer to you, Sophia. So what you do is, you write your product features, advantages, what benefits, what application, who are the target audience, who are your customers, how it works. Okay, what are the technical things in it, what are the technical benefits in it, how compared to the other companies, what are the good qualities of product. This is all about product details. So how you have to start with the product presentation always is like, when you want to do a demonstration, first is physically show the product, talk about the specifications of product, what are the applications of the product, as I told you, feature, application, benefit. Okay, give each specific in your presentation. Okay, then if you want to present the highly USPs, unique selling features or unique selling points in the product. Okay, what are those things which are very unique, which makes very specific, which makes distinct, which make discrete from my competition, from the other products, all that you mentioned. Okay, then other things about you want to put about the costing, product, competition, anything related to the competition, all that will give a complete product presentation. If nobody gives any product information, you can make on your own. Like, for example, you have some product on your hand, we understand the product, know the biomedical aspect of it, what applications, on what area, start making your notes, then you put it, and then you put it in order and make it a presentation, right? Okay, Sukita, can we take the next one? Yeah.
Yes, sir. You answered the question. Next from Vishesh.
Kelwarmani.
Yeah,
Vishesh
he's from
Kevalamani.
UAE.
Oh, I see. Vishesh Kevalamani. Hi, Vishesh. Dear sir, during this pandemic, we are working as all-rounder support, sales, and application role. Very good. Everybody is doing the same. But unfortunately, we are judged on the basis of sales, and sales is very difficult to happen. Someone, the confidence is getting low somehow. What you can suggest for this? Very good question. Very good question. What we should do now? You are doing, you're working on all-rounder support. Okay, you're doing a sales job, application role, everything you're doing. But yes, now, okay, I understand today the challenge with the COVID for everybody in this world. Nobody is spared. Everybody has undergoing this challenge. Everybody is undergoing this mess. The world, including me, you, everybody. Yes, right. Whatever the people in all walks of life, for everybody. Now, sales is very difficult to happen. So now, see, in this situation, how best you can make sale, what product you can sell, what are the things that you have in your product, in your company list, what is that the least thing that you can sell. Okay, how easily you can sell without going to a customer. If the problem is not able to reach to the customer, not able to go meet physically in the COVID situation, how well, in which of the products or the things in your portfolio, in your company, that can be sold in the market even without visiting to a customer, even without meeting a customer. Can you make that happen on a phone, on email communication? Develop the confidence with your customers. This is the time you need to develop good contact, rapport building, good relation with your customers. If your customers are doctors, if your customers are biomedical engineers, if your customers are hospital staff, hospital nurses, other department like physiotherapy, whichever are the people, develop that. How you develop that contact is speak to them on phone, send emails, send product presentations, send product catalogs, brochures. Ask them, sir, because there is a because of this limitation of COVID, I am not able to meet you. We are not able to meet. Can we have a meeting like this? Can we discuss or on the phone? I'm sending this catalog. I'm sending this proposal. I'm sending this quotation. This is my price. All that. Similarly, on the non-technical side, from the commercial side, hospital or any company, the purchase, the materials department, develop a rapport, talk to them. Who are the key people involved in purchasing the equipment in the hospital or wherever? Who are the people? Who is the guy, front end guy, who is making decisions, who is giving the orders to the companies? Develop a contact, send in emails to them, send brochures to them, send quotations to them, speak to them once in a way. Okay, every 2 days, 3 days, just leave a message, call them up, talk to them. So slowly develop that personal customer rapport. Okay, this rapport building, customer relations is very important. Especially this is a time we have a lot of time because we don't have time to go into the field. Spend most of the time onto the with customer building. Talk to them. Also, there is nothing wrong. I will go one step ahead, Vishesh, saying that also upfront. Maybe some people have this kind of again. That's what I said in the morning about communication skills. Some people have this what do you call that feeling inside, that obligatory feeling that how can I speak to the customer? I don't know. A customer may feel. You should not have that kind of feeling. You should get out of that feeling. No embarrassment. You can even request them also for help. You can always say that, sir, today now with the COVID period, we are also not able to perform, sir. Please help me. I have to also do my sales targets. Nothing wrong. You're not begging them. You're requesting them. And by how? You're doing a technical selling. Our product we are all technical guys. We are doing a technical sales, which is the equipment, device, whatever we sell to the hospital is not just a benefit to somebody, it is a benefit to the patient. Okay, ultimately, the end beneficiary is a patient, a common man like you and me. Okay, so that aspect we can always put it across. We have to put in such a way that the other person also should get convinced, should get pleased. Okay, this guy is genuine. Sir, I've been calling you since 6 months, sir. Why don't you please give this order, sir? Why don't you help me, sir? We are also, we are also a good company. Show good things about your company, your product features, your service, more than your cost, service, what kind of support you give, what all the benefits. It should sound to them, it should appeal to them. They should get convinced, they should feel, okay, wow, good, yeah, let's help this guy. This kind of approach helps you. Or another thing is try and possible see that whether you can meet them on one-to-one basis. Okay, for example, if a doctor is close to you, if a material guy is close to you, if not in a hospital, can you meet in a private forum, maybe in a public forum, meeting somewhere in a outside if that is allowed. Maybe, for example, in a coffee shop or somewhere, in an office or outside, meet them, talk to them. That will also one-to-one meetings make you moving closer to the customer, to the person. That is how you can at least start generating better numbers and improving on sales. Okay. Currently located in UAE. Good. Okay. Fine.
Yes,
Can we
exactly,
go to
sir.
the other?
You detailed on this question.
Yeah, Wajid Akbar. He's
Yeah.
saying, how we can working of both countries, Pakistan and India, together in biomedical professional. His question is not clear. How we can working of both countries? Wajid Akbar is based in where? What is that he mean to say that he wants to work both India and Pakistan together as a biomedical professional? This question is not clear. How we can working of both countries? Yeah, simple. If you are based out in Pakistan, I know it is now India to Pakistan, Pakistan to India travel is banned. I'm also currently facing the same problem. But what I'm doing is what you have to do is I am now communicating on emails, on phone calls, sending to them on some video calls, Zoom calls like this. Okay, Microsoft Team, there are so many platforms. Talk to them. Whatever is your job purpose, whether it is you are a biomedical professional, if you want to get a job in Pakistan or you want to get a job in India, I'm not sure what is that. But if you are in sales or other profession, this is how you have to reach and talk to them, send a proposal, set up meetings on the digital platform so that you can fill the gap of with these countries. I am not sure whether your question is answered because your question is also not very clear, Sukita. It is little bit.
Yes, sir. He has typed he's in Pakistan.
Okay, where? Okay, where is it? You typed that he's in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Okay, where it is in the chat box here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah,
so
below the
he's in Pakistan. What is that he wants to do? He's in Pakistan, so he can address to his customers, right? So, Mr. Vajra, you can work in your own country because in your own country there is no restriction, and if you are working for both countries, I
He
have
want
sent my email.
Yeah, he want to do business with Indian friends.
You want to do business. Thank you, sir. Can I please get your email ID? I've already given my email ID. So he wants to do business with Indian friends. I'm not able to see now. He's typing it. Okay. What you have to do is, you talk to your Indian friends on phone, on digital platform, Microsoft Teams, Skype, Zoom, WebEx, whatever you want to do it. Not a problem. So currently, this is not conducive. It is not right time because there are no visas issued also, my dear friend, between two countries. So this is the only way you can, and if you have your friends can help you, uh, if your friends can help you in getting some business through dealers, distributors, approach them, send your products list, details, pricing, and if they want to buy your products from there, if they want to order, you can supply. But I think at the moment the supply between India and Pakistan is also stopped. Yes, it's also stopped. You can't directly sell the goods to India. Same thing from India to Pakistan, right? I think probably you need to wait for some time. But meanwhile, you can always build up this market for you through your friends, through contacts. Uh, that business development activity, market research you can do right now. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Any other
Few
question?
IBSCs. Yes, sir. We have 3 questions left.
Yeah, okay.
IBSC is for BME pass out student or BME learning student or both?
Yeah, BME learning students, BME learning, the students who are also going there for becoming graduates also, they can go to the IBSC website and a lot of things are displayed. They can be in contact with them, as I told you, because for diploma holders also something is available there. So IBSC, if you are in contact from now onwards, once you becoming, whether you are a diploma or a graduate, it will be helpful to you, IBSC. Yes.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from Irfan. I
Is it
used to
there in the
fan.
chat box? And I don't think it's here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's clear now. Okay.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the chat box also, I have shared IBSC. Hope he finds it useful. We have a question from Irfan. Sir, I used to panic a lot when there is a breakdown. How to put an end to my panic?
Oh, you mean to say that where I'm? 1 second.
In the chat, yes, sir. In the question answer session.
No, only I'm able to see Mr. Wajid Singh only. I don't know.
Okay, maybe you have to scroll up.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah.
And on Irfan, yeah, sir, I used to panic a lot when there is a breakdown. So he mean to say that the breakdown on the equipment, right?
I hope yes. Okay.
Because that's what he mean to say, that if I
Mhm.
understood, how to put an end to my panicness. Is it for the equipment breakdown? So he is becoming panic. Okay, this equipment is not getting set right, or is it from the personal side? I will answer both. Let him apply. First thing, there's a breakdown in equipment, if you are the equipment is not able to becoming, or you're not able to set it right. Okay, it's a complete breakdown. You're not able to put it things right. Take help from seniors, your colleagues. If you're working in a company or a hospital, take the help from your manual, user manual, service manual, troubleshooting manual. Take experienced hands, your own. You escalate to matter, involve the senior guy, let them do it, and then you will not be panic. Number one. During the breakdown time, if the customer, your person is pressurizing, please explain to them, please tell them, extremely sorry, we are not able to set it right, there is a problem, this will take this much time. You say one day it is not done, it will take 2 days, 3 days. Give them time, buy some time, take the help and put it, so that you won't become panic. And after all, my dear friend, you don't need to become panic. Equipment are meant to be used, meant for breakdown. When they break down, you don't need to panic. You have to have patience. You don't need to be panic. I understand when equipment is uh, breaking, you also become a little, get into tension. You become a little serious. You don't need to be. Enjoy it. Tell the customer. Instead, focus on the problem. Read through. Take your help. Involve senior engineers. You can be all right, and you can set the equipment. On the personal side, I used to be panic a lot. First of all, why you becoming panic, that you should understand. What is that breakdown in you? Why, what is that panic thing? And then you are a breakdown. That you understand, address it. Okay. Once you start, what is that breakdown? What is the problem? You address it. Then you don't need to become panic. Okay. Then automatically you will not be able to become panic. Simple examples today with the COVID, entire world is in panic. It is not you and me, everybody, the entire world is undergoing through this panic situation. What is that we can do? Everybody is panic. Can we do anything? No. There is no end to this now. At the moment, the entire world understood there is no permanent medicine, solution, vaccine. Till the time something is found, we have to be. So if we are all panic, entire world becoming panic, there is no use. People will die. A lot of people will die. A lot of things will happen to a lot of people. Stop panic. Understand. Come in terms with the situation. Come in terms with the reality. What we have to do. What will happen. Okay. They are saying these are the certain precautions. You follow those precautions and be happy. Social distancing. Then they said mask, sanitization. Don't go into public. Be careful with people. Okay, meeting, avoid group gatherings. All that. By doing that, you are reducing the risk of your life being safer. Same thing. So once you are following that, you don't become panic. You slowly get things understanding. So understand what is that breakdown, what is that it is putting in a panic situation. If you address that, you will not be panicked. Right? I think Sukita, the next question is anonymous attendee. Which is better option for a biomedical engineer? Hospital job or company job, or for studying things and growth? All three are good, my dear friend. It's all depends. If you are a biomedical engineer, if you want to work in a hospital job, if you like that, you join in a hospital as a biomedical engineer. As per your experience, you become a senior engineer, you can grow into the biomedical department. There are opportunities in the hospitals. Depends on the hospital. Suppose you want to join from one hospital to join a big hospital, go to a bigger hospital, more exposure, more equipment, lot of super specialties. Then your horizons, your opportunities are big. That is the hospital side. If you join in a company, there are a lot of options. You can join in sales, service, customer service, that is troubleshooting, service engineering, application support side, product management side, marketing management side, or you want to get into a company into production, R&D, quality, regulatory. These days, big data analytics is a big science. Biomedical is not just only one. We are getting into data management. We are also into online now, e-marketing, healthcare, digital platform is big now. Okay, a lot of companies with COVID, digital e-marketing is becoming a big market now. Okay, a lot of companies have entered into that. Do you understand what is your interest, where your strength is there, that you can go. And if you are thinking that you are a graduate and you want to do an MS outside whichever is a country you are, MS or MTech masters, by doing that, yes, is also good. Once you become a master, the challenge is you have to get the right job. Where are you studying, which university, what is the value of that, all that you have to take into consideration. Okay, and what are the opportunities for doing that masters. It all depends on your background, your financial background, your interest, all that. You have all the three options good. But the first and foremost option, which is which can probably you can work which I don't want to say it is very easy, but which is available, is like getting into hospital as a biomedical engineer is little easier with today's environment, because today with COVID, a lot of hospitals need engineers. There is a definitely requirement. Of course, the payment, the salary and all that, I'm not sure in other countries with respect to India and South Asia, because I know I have the knowledge of all these countries: Nepal, Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Pakistan, Maldives, all these countries, more or less the situation is 99% similar. If you join in a hospital, you may be paid low, but you will get an experience, you get an exposure. That's one. If you want to get in a company, now the job market is not all that really very good with the COVID, because companies are not able to recruit. There is no business. In fact, a lot of companies are also asking people to go. So you have to wait for that. But if you join in a company, in a medical device company, in sales, service, there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of growth. If you are in sales, if you improve your numbers, if you perform well, you get into higher levels in sales. That is also there. Even in troubleshooting, service side also, same thing. So all the three are, you weigh your you have to balance your what is available to you. Accordingly, you can take a decision, right?
Exactly, sir.
Badamasi Salihu, yeah, Badamasi Salihu, please, is there any institution in India offering master degree in biomedical online? I am not sure. I think biomedical engineering online courses not yet started, but you can browse through. As far as I know, first of all, there are very few universities which are offering biomedical engineering in India. Few IITs which are the top-notch institutes in India. I know from your name, you are not from India. You must be from Middle East, Mr. Salihu. In India, few universities are offering biomedical engineering courses, not in masters, not all the universities. And in that also, how many are offering online, I'm not exactly sure. I need to also do a research. Give me some time, probably I can come back to you. If you leave your email ID or send an email to my email ID, which I posted in a chat box, I can help you in sending a reply to you in few days time. Okay. Sukita?
That's really can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, now I'm able to hear. So another question has come. Sir, can we do PhD in biomedical engineering as distance? I don't. When they send like this, they should also mention from which country, because that will also help us to give a right answer to them and guide them, right? See, if you are
Exactly.
if you are in India, you've done your already masters in biomedical engineering, but doing a PhD in biomedical distance is not all that very possible, because you need to at one point of time reach out to a customer. Okay, distance is more for doing a distance PhD is more for subjects which doesn't really involve into practical things. Okay, what probably this particular gentleman can try is, I don't know whether the same person asking for again a question. Let me complete this. So if you want to do a distance PhD, is probably the one thing probably you can do is you can join in a company in a job. Okay, then they can give you a leverage of doing a sabbatical leave, and then you can join that course as a distance course. Okay, online learning. But I am not sure whether some university is offering a distance education in PhD. Okay. And next question is how to get into a device design and manufacturing industry. Will a MS in the corresponding, what is that is mentioned?
Okay.
How to
Will I
get
MS in the corresponding field help? Okay.
how to get into a device design and manufacturing industry? Will a Oh, okay. Masters,
Okay,
please.
MS Masters,
Masters.
yes.
Yeah. So, my dear friend, yes, definitely. If you want to get into a device design, like CAD CAM today is very important, which is now becoming the subject in design manufacturing industry, especially biomedical field equipment manufacturing. You have to get into first production. The first thing would be, if you don't have masters, my advice would be join in any company, good company, try for jobs into production house, join into production executive, whichever the department, whichever the assembly designing, get into that. You will get a first an experience, and after that you apply for masters, you do it. Okay, that will really give a good field. Or you want to do directly a masters, if you do a masters, then you start looking for jobs into all the companies. Typically then you don't have much opportunities in all countries, because all companies, global companies, will not have manufacturing units in all countries. They will have in their, most of the companies in their headquarters. Okay, so you will have a limited opportunity uh, in manufacturing industry, unless in your own country you are living in a lot of medical companies are manufacturing. Okay, either ways it's okay, right? And I think there is one more question we missed out. Sir, I will like
Yes,
to
sir.
do a graduate internship in India to gain hands-on experience on a lot of equipments. Are these opportunities open to foreigners? What does he mean?
I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah, so I like to do a graduate internship in India. So he's he a graduate and then he's doing internship, or what is it he's doing? I'm not sure. If he's a graduate and he's doing an internship, um,
He would like to graduate internship. It seems he would like to take a break.
yeah, he has to apply. Then in that case, he has to go to the hospital. He has to go to the um, he has to go to the hospital, or he has to look into a medical company. There are a lot of, as I told, I think somebody else asked me the internship jobs. Okay,
Mhm.
you have to apply for the internships or write to the hospital. A lot of hospitals also will give an internship job to them. Then they can apply for internship and they give. I'm not sure about the visa, because he's in Nigeria. How the visa
Yes.
arrangement from Nigeria to India, that he has to work out, because I'm not sure how many hospitals or medical companies are willing to give internship and at the same time visa also. That
Mhm.
aspect he has to be clear. Okay.
Exactly, sir.
Uh,
Okay. I think all questions has been answered. It's really great to have you in our webinar session, sir. On behalf of Force Biomedical team, I'm thanking you, and you really were here for all the questions to answer. It's really great, sir. Thank you so much for your presence.
Not a problem. Not a problem, Sukita. We are all in the same profession. Once again, I'm
Exactly.
not sure whether Mindray Akhil is there. I think Naresh is already left. I think he's not there. So once again, to all the participant viewers and to all of you,
Yes,
all
he
of us,
left
I
some
think
time
let's
back.
have a great day. I think today is a good day for us. It's a World Biomedical Engineers Day. Let us enjoy, and today let us once again be proud and be happy that we are contributing. Let people not think only doctors are great. Without we, doctors are not there. Definitely, yes. When the equipment, they want to work the equipment, that's where the biomedical engineer comes in picture. Okay, let us feel good about it, proud of it, and work the best whatever we can do. And from my side, thanks a lot, Sukita, to you for your moderation, and Archana for a good session. Of course, I couldn't attend in the morning. I
That's fine,
joined in
sir.
the question and answer session. And great thanks to Nikhil Panjwani from Mindray once again. Nikhil,
Thank you, sir.
it's again a great opportunity to work with Nikhil. It is nice to work with you once again and giving this platform. Extremely happy. Thanks so much. Once again, thanks to our good friend from Force Biomedical, Naresh Nituri, for again having shared this platform with an opportunity to me. I'm sure all of you have enjoyed this session, and hope Nikhil, especially to one Force Biomedical, to you, this session would have been useful for whatever your future targets, future goals, and future endeavors that we are able to contribute. And Archana, a big thanks to you also. Uh, and good luck and all the best to you, Archana, as well. And Sukita as well.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Archana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Thank you.
So shall we take leave? Right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Bye. Bye to all of you.
Bye, sir. Take care.
Thanks. Good day. Have a nice weekend. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Nikhil, for providing us the platform.
Thank you,
It's
Sukita.
really
I
doing
would,
great to
if
work.
you have announced regarding that feedback form, when you just close your screen, there will be a feedback form popped up. So please do enter your feedback so that we get the exact name for the certificate.
Oh, sure, Nikhil, we'll do that.